Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
For today's second date update, a listener named Drew is on the phone, and he says he had a very awkward first date with the girl that he wants to call today, although I don't know why it's awkward. It sounds amazing to me. His email said she didn't say a word. So, dude, I would love that. No conversation at all. That sounds amazing, Drew. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Not too bad.
Oh, my God. Even just Jubal's short description of that,
That sounds terrible.
It sounds awful.
Yeah, it was very, very, very strange. I mean, I guess I should start from the beginning.
Yeah, or just tell people how they can get this girl's number so they can go out with her. They're interested in someone who doesn't need to waste time with words on a first date, you know?
You are the only one that hates talking.
No, I know. Well, it got built up to like such a big point, but so I started talking to this girl named Bonnie off of like an online dating site.
Okay.
And we just like chatting, just, like, how are you? Did you see this movie? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, normal, like, run-of-the-mill.
Yeah, just like a typical whatever.
Okay.
And then, like, after a few weeks, we're like, okay, maybe we should talk on the phone. And nothing changed from, like, transferring it over from text to talking.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, so we decide to meet each other in person. We're like, okay, we need to just do this. We need to see each other, whatever.
Yeah, what took so long? Why were you waiting so long?
I don't know. Like, we just kind of, like, scheduling conflicts. I would be busy. She would be busy,
Okay, so you finally figured it out, and what did you do?
Well, so we were like, let's meet. And she texts me like an hour before we're supposed to meet up and says, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I double booked myself. I was supposed to do this thing for my job, and I'm sorry I can't meet up. I was like, okay, no problem. So then we planned to hang out a couple of days later. And then she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sick.
Wait, this is the second time she's bailed.
Yeah. And I was like, now it starts to sound kind of like a scam. Like,
right. Like she's just blowing you off and never actually wants to get together.
Yeah, but then I'm like, if you want to blow me off, then just blow me off.
Right, because she's investing a lot of time talking to you and texting with you. It's almost like you guys are in a relationship before you even went out on a date.
Yeah, and, I honestly was falling for her really hard. I was still, like, kind of in that, like, enamored phase. Like, I'll still have hope that she still wants to see me, whatever. And then we finally decide on a third time to actually go out on a date. And she shows up with this index card that says, I'm sorry, I can't talk. My voice is gone.
Oh, my
So she,
Oh, my God,
she actually showed up to your date, and she couldn't speak.
I've never. It was like a David Lynch movie or something. I just didn't know how to react to it. I was just like, what the?
Yeah, why even show up?
Well, I mean, she didn't want to cancel on him again because she's already canceled twice. I think that it's nice that she followed through, but she didn't give you a heads up before that?
No, that's honestly, like if someone shows up with an index card, like that is the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And the thing is that she's actually gorgeous.
Okay.
Good.
It's just this weird thing where, like, I just kept talking to, like, I tried to talk my way out of it.
So your whole date was her sitting there and you talking to her, trying to have a conversation with...
She would nod. And then I'd be like, well, don't you want to just, like, go home if you're sick or whatever the heck is going on right now? And then she wrote, yes, sorry.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I would think it's a good thing for you that she wanted you to know she was interested enough to still go on a date when she couldn't talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, can't she just text me then? Why are we
she-
using index cards and wasting paper? Like,
Obviously, she already canceled on you twice. If she cancels on you a third time, then you're going to think that she's lying or she's catfishing you, and you're not going to ever talk to her again. Of course she had to go out on the date.
I'm not saying that she shouldn't have gone on the date, but, like, it wasn't enjoyable. I was just literally just blabbing, like, just on and on and on and on.
Okay.
Well, I don't
So
get
why
it.
do you want to call her for a second date then?
Well, the reason that I want to call her is because I don't know if she's telling the truth or not.
Oh, you think that the index card was a lie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why do you think it's a lie? Why do you think she didn't want to talk to you?
I don't know. I don't know. I think that she might be, like, hiding something. I have no idea.
When's the last time you heard, well, I don't know if you heard anything, but when's the last time you guys talked or typed, whatever you do?
Not since the date. I haven't heard from her.
So you guys went from talking every day to absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, whatever is wrong with her voice obviously has affected her texting.
It's affected her texting fingers, too. She can't even type to you.
I just want to figure it out. I just want to know.
Okay. Well, play a song, then come back and call her and get your second date update, all right?
Thanks, guys.
If she's talking. We'll
Yeah,
see.
right? That would be kind of a bad part for us.
We'll do it next. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Drew is on the phone, and I'm really pulling for Drew today because I think that he went out with wife material, for sure. Because he went out on a date with a girl, didn't say a word the whole time.
That's not a good thing, man.
Yeah,
Apparently, she had something. She was sick and she couldn't speak. So when she showed up to the date, she actually had an index card written on it that said, "Hey, I have no voice." And they sat there for a little while. He did all of the talking and then said, "If you're sick, you should go home." And she wrote on her little index card, "Yes." And then she went home, and he hasn't heard from her since. More than anything, though, he just wants answers because he feels like she was faking. Drew, are you ready to give her a call?
Yeah, man. I'm just worried I'm being catfished somehow. Like,
How are you being catfished when
you
you've
met
seen
her.
her in person? You guys have talked on the phone. Like, what is the catfish? She's suddenly going to have a man voice, and now that's even being considered catfish?
I don't know. Maybe her twin sister is in jail and they have different voices and she's
Whoa.
saving. I have no idea.
You really
are
thought into it.
jaded, man. You
Yeah.
are super jaded. I feel like you need to take a break from internet dating.
I don't know. That'd be kind of cool.
Well, I'm going to, but I need to solve this case.
I'm pulling for the twin sister in jail story. That would be
awesome.
That'd be great for the show.
really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, see, I just want to know.
Okay.
Okay, are you
Well,
going to feel bad if she was actually sick?
Maybe, but even if she really was sick, then she would have reached out to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can figure it out for you, okay?
All right, man.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, I was looking for Bonnie.
this is Bonnie.
Hey, Bonnie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
From a radio?
Yeah.
What?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, it's the name of a morning radio program.
Why?
Why? I don't
a really
know. That's
good
just the
question.
name we gave it.
We never mentioned it.
It
Why
seems
are we
simple.
calling you? Is that what you're wondering?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you were just wondering why we named it that. Calling you today because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up blowing them off after, they can email us and we'll get you on the phone and see if we can find out what happened. So you went out with a dude named Drew.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And Drew emailed us and told us a little bit about your date, that you guys met online, you talked a bunch, and you finally coordinated a date, but when you showed up, I guess you had no voice.
True.
And she said that it was awkward because you couldn't talk, and then eventually he said, if you're sick, you can go home, and then you went home, and that's the last he heard from you.
Yeah, okay.
He also said that he really, really liked you, and you guys talked for like a month or something leading up to the date.
Yeah, we did.
You don't sound like you like him as much as he likes you.
You sound bummed.
Yeah. It's okay if you don't like him. I think he just wants to know.
I mean, I wasn't feeling good the day that we were supposed to have our date, and I didn't want to cancel on him. So I ended up going to the restaurant, and I got there, and I asked the hostess where he was seated, and I look over at the table. He's already there, and he looks nothing like his picture, nothing like any photos.
Wait.
What?
So you hadn't lost your voice? Because you said you just asked the hostess.
Yeah, I had not.
Oh.
And I was just trying to figure out what should I do. I mean, I've been talking to this guy for a month.
Wait, how?
So you feel like he catfished you or something?
I feel like he was trying to portray himself younger than he really is.
Oh.
And
what?
I didn't want to, I just felt guilty for leaving. So I was just like on the fly. I just asked the hostess for a pen and paper, and I'll just say, I lost my voice.
Whoa.
Oh, wow. That's quick
Wait.
thinking.
Very.
No, you guys, that's ridiculous. How different could he have looked? I mean, how old are you talking?
Are you kidding me? Like easily could be my uncle.
Oh, man.
We're talking mid-40s. I'm in my mid to late 20s.
Oh, gotcha.
And the pictures on his profile were definitely in my age range. So when I saw him, it was quite traumatic. I was like, this is not what I signed up for. I don't know who this guy is. And he barely looks like his photos. I could kind of tell that it was still him.
Why not just cancel on him instead of sitting there acting like you can't talk?
Because all the time we had spent talking already, I felt guilty. I was trying to be nice. I didn't want to stand him up.
Yeah, but you don't owe anything to somebody who's lying to you. I mean, did he outright tell you that he was your age, or is it something you just assumed?
We never had the conversation, but his photos make him look younger. So.
Yeah. It's weird that he wouldn't ever bring that up. Like, if he knows he's using photos from 20 years ago, he's probably going to get caught.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't stay that long on the date, if that's any consolation for you.
He thought you might be faking,
Yeah.
not having a voice. And I guess you were faking, but he did suspect that.
I mean, it is what it is. He was lying.
I'm not lying. You're lying, Bonnie.
Drew, you're supposed to wait.
What's going on?
Oh, Bonnie, that's Drew. He's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you, but apparently he couldn't wait until I called him into the conversation, Drew.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, guys, but like she can't say that I'm lying. I'm not lying.
But how are you not lying if you put...
those photos that were on my profile, yes, they were of when I was younger, but those were the best photos. I'm not gonna put like a crappy photo of myself on the thing. It doesn't make any sense.
Why did you guys not tell me that he was on the line?
Why did you write on a note card like a sociopath and then say you couldn't talk? If that's what it is, then just say that. I don't know why you went around this crazy...
You know, Drew, I was doing you a favor, okay?
Oh,
I
great,
stayed. I could have
great.
left. You could have just been stood up at that restaurant like an average 45-year-old man, but I stayed.
Well, I might be
I was
might
there.
be older, but I'm not like a Hannibal Lecter type of person that writes like a... Why couldn't you just say
We
that?
don't know that.
Drew, it is kind of weird that you brought up the whole point of how she was gorgeous in real life. Didn't you at any point think like, ooh, I better let her know that I'm significantly older than the photos that I used?
Significantly.
Yeah, just add it in again.
Drew.
Well, it does sound like you're just like fishing for younger women by tricking them online.
No,
That's
no, I'm totally not doing that. What I'm doing is I'm taking the photos that I think best represent my personality.
That's
And-
not true. I'm going to paint a photo. I'm going to paint a photo for you. If you were to walk into a restaurant, blind date, and you
would
were
ask the
going to go
hostess
meet a
for
woman.
a
Don't interrupt
note
me.
card.
I'm not done. Don't interrupt me. I'm not done.
Okay, let's have
And you were
her
supposed to
moment.
see a woman, and then this woman ended up being 65 years old. What would you do? What if she looked old enough to be your mother?
65
You look
years
old enough to be an uncle
First of all, you're
of
being
mine.
hyperbolic. Okay.
Oh, big words.
Or do
Big
you even
words.
know that? Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I'm not a f***ing idiot. Yeah, I know
Are
exactly
you
what
sure
you're talking
you're not
about.
an idiot? Because you sound like a raving lunatic
Oh!
that would actually go to a hostess and ask for a pen and paper and then write that like, sorry, I can't talk. Are you, like,
Oh, I'm
were
the
you raised by
lunatic,
wolves?
Drew. You're the one who called me on the radio, you idiot. What else? What else do you have to do?
You moron.
Oh
Because
my God, both of you.
I had called you, texted you, reached out, and you just thought you could just like do whatever the hell you want. And you, by the
I will.
greaterness of your voice,
Yeah.
I know that you feel like you're a very entitled person now.
Drew,
It's
Drew,
really
just
annoying.
settle it. Settle it.
Everyone
Drew,
chill.
how old are you? How old are you, Drew?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, that means you are really old.
Well, I sound a lot younger than you do, sweetheart.
Oh, dang.
Oh, I think we have our answer here, Drew. I
Wow.
think you know why.
I don't think we have our answer because you two
Oh,
sound like there's a lot of
wow.
passion, and I would love to
Yeah.
see you guys go out on a second date. Bonnie, would you like a second date with Drew? We'll pay for it.
Why?
Why not?
Why?
Don't you want an older
Just
man?
Why? Why?
Wait, now you're just mocking her?
Yeah.
He has
That is
he has,
exactly
he
what
has
I'm doing.
nothing better to do.
Oh,
So
man.
you're actually 12, is what I'm hearing,
He's
Drew.
older, but he's not as mature.
I'm happy to do Drew a solid, and I can set him up with one of my mother's friends.
Oh, man.
Okay. Bondi, thank you for your time. Drew, I'm sorry you didn't get your second date, but maybe update your photos online. Maybe that will help.
Yeah.
Shut up, ass. Why don't you update your photos? So you don't look so ugly.
I've tried, but there's nothing that can really help that. Maybe I can borrow your photos.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says that Drew sounds pretentious. He is pretentious because he's older.
Yeah.
You get a little more pretentious when you get older.
True. You get that money.
Oh,
You get that
really?
good 401k.
You missed today's second date update. This dude, Drew, wanted to call a girl named Bonnie. They met online and they talked for about a month, and then they agreed to see each other in person. And when she finally showed up for their date, she had an index card that said, "Sorry, I lost my voice." And she couldn't talk, so the date was cut short. He was suspicious and thought maybe she was faking, so we called, and she admitted that she was actually faking it to get out of the date because she said he looked 20 years older than his pictures online.
That was so
okay.
creative on the fly.
But listen, he never denied that he was 20 years older than his pictures.
Yeah, he didn't want
Which
to tell us.
seems like that means he's 30 years older than his pictures to me.
He just said they were good pictures of him.
Yeah.
A lot of people have good pictures from 20 years ago.
Right? Don't
So
we
they
all?
got into a big argument about it and no date. They did not go out for a second date.
Yeah, well, she should have known when they were obviously taken on a 35 millimeter camera.
Yeah. And remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5 presents.
You know, I honestly wasn't sure if this was a second date or a missed connection. Because apparently these two have crossed paths more than once in the past.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Which just goes to show you, either one, it was meant to be.
Yes.
Or two, when you're in the single scene for a while, you're going to keep running into the same desperate people over and over again until you settle.
It's like a
The
club.
pool isn't
Still-
as deep as you would hope.
Well, let's,
Still single, huh?
Yeah.
we'll find out which one it is when we talk to Caitlin, who emailed us for some help today. Caitlin, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing okay. How you doing?
Good.
So tell us about the guy that you want us to call today. What's his name?
Oh my gosh, his name is Chase, and we met
Ironic.
online.
Yeah, it is ironic. That's a good point.
All right, so you met him online.
And when you say you met him, are you talking about the first time you guys met? Because Jeffrey said that you kept running into each other.
Well, so that's kind of the weird thing. He kind of threw me when we were chatting, and his opening line is, "Hey, remember me? We were matched a year ago, and then you just blew me off."
Oh, I've
Oh.
actually had those.
You
That's
ghosted
funny.
him?
Honestly, I can't even remember, but I do get matched with a lot of people, and so maybe he just slipped through the cracks.
Oh, yeah. Got lost in the fold of hundreds and hundreds of matches that are coming after you.
It almost seems like kind of passive aggressive. Like, remember me? You blew me off.
Yeah,
You know,
'cause I
like,
remember.
yeah. Like he's been holding on to some
Yeah.
grudge for a long time.
Yeah.
But you didn't take it that way?
No, I don't know. It was kind of mysterious and everything, but I felt crappy about it. I was like, oh my gosh,
Oh my gosh, he was hot and I blew him off. What was I thinking?
Yeah. So did you end up meeting up?
We did. He took me to a really super fancy restaurant, and
Oh.
it was amazing. I mean, for
Okay.
the minute we walked in, a lot of people seemed to recognize him. The host seemed to
What?
oh, hey, and greeting him. And then a server came up to him, and I was I couldn't quite overhear everything, but something about Barbados. And then I could have sworn I heard him say something about a Sports Illustrated shoot.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah.
So you,
Wow.
Who did
I
you
thought,
go out with?
yeah, is he famous?
I don't think so, but he's obviously someone super important.
Is there a famous
What?
Chase? Chase Utley.
I don't know.
He hasn't been around in a while.
Yeah, I can't think. I don't know.
There's a game
Is
show
he-
called The Chase.
What does he do for work? Is he a photographer?
He was a bit vague about it. He said into investments and
That means something illegal.
No, actually, that's smart because he can say anything. If he says investments, I just get confused and believe him.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
investments? Okay,
Sounds
whatever.
wealthy. That's great.
Exactly.
It's
Okay.
like when I don't want to tell people I'm in radio and I just say I'm in marketing.
Yeah.
Nobody has any questions anymore for some reason.
So, okay, so
You're right.
once you got seated, how did dinner go?
it was great. We had really fantastic food and great
Ooh.
conversation.
The chef came out and kissed him on the mouth.
People were signing, asking for autographs.
I mean, it was a quite that crazy, but
Okay.
he definitely got some attention. And
Okay.
but the thing is, he was kind of like shy about it. Like I tried to ask him questions, and he didn't seem that interested in talking about how fabulous he was.
Shy or secretive?
Yeah, that's a good question, Alexis.
I know. I have to have this guy's back because even though we're not that cool,
Because I'm famous,
no.
and let me
When
tell you what it's like for
when
me when I'm
people
not.
ask us about our jobs,
okay.
you're like, it's radio, it's cool, it's fun, like we don't want to talk about it and delve into it, right? Because people think it's, oh wow, and it's really not.
I don't know. It just sounds like you don't really know anything about this guy. Like what do you know? What did you learn about him?
Well,
His name's Chase.
Okay.
We know that.
he was an extremely generous tipper. I don't know exactly what he left, but he left cash, and it looked like he was leaving like 100.
Oh. And if he's leaving cash, he's like counting it in front of her. Like,
and you know if he's
1, 2, 3.
he's not radio famous then.
Yeah.
But if he's leaving a big cash tip, then so how did you end up leaving things with him?
He was a total gentleman. Like, he walked me home. I invited him up for a nightcap, and we had a great time. And he has not called me back. And I mean, I'm sure if he is going to places like Barbados and stuff, like maybe he's just crazy busy and like in different countries, and it's just hard to get back in touch.
Yeah, he's a different area code and time zone right now.
This guy's a total enigma. Like, you don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know if he's busy. You have no idea what his schedule is. Like, I think it's crazy.
This is what I've always wondered about celebrities, and please don't be offended by this. Because he's so rich, do you think maybe on the date he realized you're not up to his richness level?
Oh.
And maybe just materialistically, he's like, she's not
You think
a Barbados
rich people
traveler like I
only
am.
date rich people?
Yeah, most of the time they do.
Rich guys don't date rich women.
I hope not.
What do you
No,
mean?
they just date women who like money, I think.
Huh.
Yeah, those are the classy ones.
Yeah.
I mean, it did cross my mind, like maybe I'm not up to what he's used to. Like maybe he's used to celebrity.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay, let's find out which one of those is true. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Chase for you, and we'll try and get you your second date. Okay, Caitlin?
I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, hold on. And I'm just wondering, tell me if I'm getting too personal here, but when you said at the end of the night, he walked you back to your place, and then you invited Chase up for a nightcap, and it went good.
Oh yeah, we forgot to get details.
Does that mean he left a half hour later good? Or
Yeah.
did he leave the next morning good?
Oh, yeah. Both mean the same thing.
Did he leave the next week good?
Oh wow. That would have been more than good. That would have been Caitlin.
He's
What?
a squatter.
How good was it?
I guess like the next morning, good.
Yeah, girl, yeah. I gave you an air high five. Sounds like a fun night.
Yeah, we just wanted to get a
sounds
little
like a good
clarification.
Sleep. Wow, 10 hours of sleep, huh?
But after that, Chase is not calling back at all. Is that right?
Right.
Okay, and how many days has it been?
5.
5. Well, it's interesting because you guys went to a really nice restaurant, and at first I was like, oh, he's wanting to impress her. But then when everybody knew him, I'm like, oh, he's just a rich guy and this is his place.
Yeah, he's a regular.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like that changes the narrative. I mean, did you get a vibe that there was going to be more?
I mean, everything seemed to like click, so I don't know why there wouldn't be more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
If it was awkward, it'd be like, duh. But
Okay. Well, let's call Chase and get some answers for you. I'm going to dial his number right now. You ready?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is this Chase?
Yeah, who's this?
My name's Jeff from a morning radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Okay.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man.
All right.
Yeah, we're buddies now, Chase.
Yeah,
we're good.
we're
you
best
know?
bros at this point.
what's up, bro?
How many people are on the phone right now?
Oh,
Yeah.
4.
Count that
There's
high.
4 of us.
Yeah.
There's 4 people on this call.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
That's the low amount for
Talking.
this one.
Yeah.
Okay, but no,
right.
it's a morning radio show. We're called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning, and we do a segment called The Second Date. That's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if that person isn't calling you back, you can email us to call them for you to help figure out the reason why.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
See, it's a good thing.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is actually.
It can be.
Yeah.
It can be good too.
It can be
Fun.
sweet.
Yeah.
It can be a lot of things depending on what your answer is. And
Okay.
we're calling on behalf of one of our listeners named Caitlin.
Ah. Oh, that's even funnier.
Hey, we're a funny show.
I think we have different senses of humor.
Yeah, I don't know about that reaction.
Sis.
Why is that funny?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just funny.
Okay.
Well, Caitlin, I don't think finds it that funny because it's been apparently 5 days since you guys went out and you're not calling her anymore. Is that funny?
Well, I mean, that was kind of like a one-time deal.
What? Did you make that clear? Because for her, she felt like you guys really connected. She told us that, like, you're the one that hit her up on the dating app. And we're like, yo, a year ago, you brushed me off or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't that invested in it. And I mean, it was fine, but yeah, that's not going to happen.
Sometimes you're just not into people. That's okay.
But why did you go hunt her down after a year?
Why'd you stay the night at her house?
I mean,
Why would I spend a night at her house?
Okay,
Yeah,
never
exactly.
mind.
No. Why would you spend so much energy finding this person that had blown you off a year ago and then asking him out again if you weren't invested at all?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, we matched up after a year again. It's not like I hunted her down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We just rematched. That's all.
That was the universe. That's not your fault.
Okay.
Okay.
But she told us all about your night, and she made it seem like it was a pretty great experience. She told us you took her out to this really nice restaurant where apparently the waiters love you, and they were bringing up photo shoots in Barbados and Sports Illustrated, and she
Oh my
was
God,
really...
she told you about that?
Is he laughing again? Is this funny again?
Yeah, why is this funny now?
What's funny?
This is hilarious.
Why?
Well, the dating scene out there right now is just utter am I allowed to curse?
Yeah, you already
Well,
did.
yeah, it's
so
too
we can
late
bleep
now.
that out.
Should have asked
Go
before you
ahead,
did
bro.
it. But that's okay. Okay.
And so you can't just like close your eyes and hope for the best. You gotta have to have a game plan. And you also need like one of your buddies to help you out with this. So I said investments because I knew that would probably make her be like, ooh, investments.
You're talking about,
Yeah.
are you saying your job in investments?
Yeah, because it was just vague enough, but it still intrigues.
Wait, is
Totally.
it a lie? Is that what you're saying?
I got an E-Trade account, but it's not investment.
Oh.
Okay.
I own like 10 Dogecoin.
But the thing is here is that I asked my buddy who's a waiter at this restaurant
Oh.
to like help me out, build me up a little bit in front of her, in her eyes. He gives me an employee discount. I leave him a really nice tip. She's none the wiser, you know, and it builds credibility for me in her eye.
This is just like a game you're playing with all your dates so you can get laid?
Brilliant.
I would totally fall for this.
So this isn't just something that you did with Caitlin once. You do this all the time.
Well, that's what dating is. It's games.
It's not outright lying about who you are and pretending to be a famous person. Like, you don't think you could get laid on your own? Like, you have to, like, make up some extravagant story
Some
about
of
it
us
and
do,
get other
bro.
people involved?
Wait a
Some
minute.
of us do.
I did not make up an extravagant story. I made it look like something, but as far as she took it the way that she took it.
Well, she took it
No.
as like you're a big shot that goes to Barbados and does photo shoots for Sports Illustrated.
She took it exactly as you wanted her to take it.
Yeah.
Like, that is exactly what you planned out, dude. What do you really do?
I'm not going to tell you. I don't know who you are.
Maybe if you're willing to sleep with him, then he'll say something.
Okay, all right.
So your whole plan was to just say whatever you want to say, spend the night with Caitlin, and then never talk to her again?
I mean, that's layman's terms, but yes.
I like
It's
how you
all
say, like,
revenge.
you're not interested in her, and that's why you can't talk to her again. Like, you can't talk to her again because your whole life is a lie. Like, what are you going to say? You'll never, what if you meet somebody you actually like? You'll never be actually able to date them.
Look, you sound really bitter right now, and I'm assuming that this has happened to you in the past. So.
You struck a chord with
You
me.
do
You wouldn't be
sound
wrong,
little
man.
She's
but-
always the rich one, so
you
she's
guys,
jealous.
I just hate liars. Like, man, you're going to ruin your own life by doing this, and you don't even see it.
I never lied. The waiter was saying those things, and I just politely smiled.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I give up.
Attaboy.
I give up. Caitlin
right.
is going to be glad to hear. I mean,
Well,
oh,
at this
gross.
point, Chase, I need to tell you something that's probably going to break your plan of never talking to Caitlin again.
yeah.
Because she's actually on the other line listening, and she wants to talk to you.
Who's sneakier now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. What the hell?
That's even your name.
You
Like,
people are ruining my life.
Ah.
that's just messed up.
It might be messed up, but that's the way that dating is right now. So,
It's
I
creative.
mean,
Well, yeah, if you're going to be that sour about it and, like, have to just come up with lies, not ever giving anyone a shot. Who knows? Maybe you were actually a nice guy, but I kind of doubt it after hearing all this information.
You only kind of doubt it. That's amazing, Caitlin.
He's not wrong about the bleak dating scene. You got to take what you can.
but Kate, like, honestly, if you asked me if that's true, then I would have told you the truth.
Oh, really? Ask him now, Caitlin.
You do this over and over for one night stand. I mean, that's just disgusting.
Yeah, and pathetic. It's just so pathetic.
I know that I did what was best for me. I have to put the playing field in the way that would best suit me. Who wouldn't do that?
Oh
You know what I mean? Who
But you're
wouldn't
not
try to
even
make it?
playing. You
could
could have spent your 2 Benjamins on just getting what you wanted. I mean, that's just...
Well, joke's on you, Kate, because my buddy actually gave me back some of the tip that I gave him. So I didn't
think of that.
Oh, it turns out he's not so rich, Alexa.
Give him like $1,000 and
I'm
he gets like
over you.
900 back. Or
Shocking.
something. Oh
Well,
my gosh.
In that
That's
case,
smart.
Yeah, you showed her, didn't you, Chase?
if you're not that well off, then we need to help pay for your second date.
Yeah, Brooke feels really bad.
We're offering to do. Yeah, Brooke is actually going to fund it fully on her own.
I'm always standing up for the underprivileged.
Yeah, Chase, what do you say? You want to give it another shot?
Yeah, I don't have to take any of this.
Oh, wow.
I'm sick of being ridiculed by you losers.
Oh.
Did he hang up?
Yeah, that was the best part of the whole call for me.
Oh.
Just the hang up.
Which one of us was he calling a loser?
Definitely me.
Yeah, I think it was like Brooke.
Definitely
Way to ruin that for us,
Yeah,
Brooke.
yeah.
We thought we were cool with the rich guy.
Yeah. Caitlin, I'm sorry that it played out that way.
I just want to throw up.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, some dudes just, they get what they want. and that's all they
Yeah,
care
they're
about.
not all like that out there, Caitlin.
But
Maybe,
now-
maybe ask for a real profession next time when you ask them what they do for work.
No,
By the way,
I think you need to go back to that restaurant every day this week and just blow up his spot.
Oh, no, that's a good idea.
Now we're
Oh
talking.
my God, I am doing that. I am totally doing that.
Oh,
Thank you. Great suggestion.
He's going to have to find a new friend.
yeah, take a video and send it to us, please.
Finally, a successful second date.
There we go.
Moving 92.5. Second date update.
What do you do when you know a date isn't going well and you're making mistake after mistake after mistake and you're not sure how to save it?
Yeah.
That-
Abort.
Well, yeah, that's when you have to pull the ripcord.
Yeah.
You bust out the big guns.
Okay.
You hit the nitrous.
Yeah.
Oh.
A lot of
You
expressions.
double dunk the waffle cone.
Never heard of
I
that
don't
one.
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't think of any more phrases, but you do something drastic.
Okay.
And try and get things back onto the right course. And that's what one of our listeners recently had to do while he was out the other night. And now he needs our help.
Oh no.
Oh, great.
His name is Justin. Justin, what's good, my man?
Hey, how are you guys?
Yeah, you bunny hugged the pelican on the date or what? Toss the Tijuana snowball? What'd you have to do?
I was just gonna say it sounds like his Hail Mary didn't work,
Yeah.
but Tijuana Snowball could also.
Yeah, I mean, they could be the Hail Mary.
Sorry about that, Justin. Why don't you just start by telling us the girl's name?
Melanie.
Melanie.
With an I, Melanie.
Oh, Melanie.
That's what I
Oh.
heard.
Okay.
And where'd
Okay.
you meet Melanie?
We actually had mutual friends. I got set up at work. She works in a department down the street, so we don't actually work in the same building.
Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
That's safe
Yeah.
then.
Different
Right?
sector.
Yeah. So what did you and Melanie do for your date?
Well, I let her choose the spot, and she picked out this seafood place. So I drove there, and I get up there, and the valet is $20.
The valet.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah,
nice place.
Yeah,
Dang.
$20 valet. I just parked that myself.
Yeah.
We're walking.
Melanie, you get out.
Yeah.
I'll meet you inside.
Right?
Is that cool to do, or did you actually valet it?
She actually drove her own car there. You know, we decided to meet up there.
Okay, you went
okay.
separately.
So you did walk.
That's nice.
Okay.
Well, we don't know. Did you walk?
Well, I took forever to find a spot, so I finally did find a spot. It felt like 20 blocks away.
Oh.
I walked, and yeah, it was kind of a bad choice. That was my first big blunder.
Yeah.
Wait, why was it a bad choice? Did it make you late or something?
Super late.
Oh, that's the worst.
Well, super late for, a first date. Like, it was only like maybe 10, 15 minutes.
It's not a good look to show up that late.
Yeah, but I saved like some money there though, so that was a good look.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it like when you walked in? You're 10 minutes late. You're probably feeling a little, I don't know, anxious about that. What was your first interaction with Melanie like?
I get down, greet her. It seems to be okay. There seems to be some possible spark there. And then she's asking me about Oyster Rockefeller.
Oh, I love Oyster Rockefeller.
Which one is that? I don't do oysters.
That's when they put the cheese on the top and then they bake it.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
the cheese melts and it cooks the oyster.
I can get behind that
It's
kind
the
of
fancy
oyster.
stuff.
It's
All
very
right.
fancy.
Yeah, I think it's disgusting. I ate the first one. I was like, oh, and then
Did you make that sound at the table?
I was covering it up because she's like, oh, I love this. And I'm like, yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
Hey, man, but good on you for trying new things on a first date. That's awesome. That's what first dates are for.
I'm sure she appreciated that.
I don't know if she appreciated it or not because I kind of told her that I had had it before.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Good flex. Lie about food you've tried.
That you hate.
That'll get her.
Well, it was like high end, and I was like, oh yeah,
Okay.
I've had this before, but
You want to impress her.
Mhm.
Yeah.
it was obvious that I blundered there as well because then now I'm looking like I'm sick. I was like, I'm gonna save this thing. I'm gonna throw that Hail Mary out.
Oh, no.
So I decided to show her a photo of my ex.
What?
Wait.
That's
Did you say
not what I
what?
thought was happening.
Do you say I'm going to save the date by showing a photo of my ex?
Yeah, because my ex is really, really hot.
Stop it.
Oh, okay.
Well, so she knows what kind of caliber of girl that I usually can get because she's looking at me like I'm this idiot. And I'm like, you know what? We were talking about different dinners, and I mentioned the ex, and I was like, oh, yeah, we went to this one spot. Wait, let me see if I have it in my phone. And then I was like, oh, there she is right here.
I wonder why you're not getting a call back.
Yeah, man. I don't know if that's the strongest move.
You guys don't get it. I was getting the vibe. I'm not getting a call back, so I just went for it.
Oh, so you're already in the loss.
Okay. So you're thinking
Okay.
I show her that I dated this gorgeous woman before, then she'll feel like, ooh, what am I missing out on?
Yes, exactly.
That is
Like,
a terrible idea. How did that end for you? How did that work out, huh?
Well, he's here.
it seemed to loosen everything up, to be honest with you, because we started laughing a little bit, and it seemed like we were having a good time all of a sudden.
Hey, there you go.
Okay. So see, Brooke, wrong about dating once again.
I'm not. I still think that
Uh-huh.
showing an ex picture, not a good move.
Yeah.
It seemed to work. I had a couple of tight ends in the end zone, 2 wide receivers, they jumped up.
No,
Get away. Probably didn't.
What
That is a
sports
good playbook.
analogy are you going to? Just stop with the analogies.
real?
How did it end?
So I felt I kind of saved it. So we get to the end of the date. We're going outside. I remember, oh, crap, my car is like 20 blocks away.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, oh, I had a good time. We should do it again. And I go, hey, do you mind if I get a ride to my car?
What?
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, she valeted.
Yeah.
She valeted.
So her car's pulling up, and I'm like, hey, you might have to get a ride to my car because I parked like 20 blocks away. And she said she had a friend waiting by her car, actually.
What? She said no? She turned you
A
down?
friend is waiting by the car that she valeted?
Yeah, that's why I was like, I thought you valeted. And she's like, oh, no, I was just coming out this way. I have a friend waiting by my car. And I was like, is she lying?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Probably.
like, it's my ex-boyfriend. Do you want to see him? Since you showed pictures of your ex, I just had him show up.
So I felt like I escaped some of the hurdles, and I did pretty good.
It doesn't sound like it.
Yeah,
I'm going to be
did
honest.
I don't know. I think you had a couple of good throws if we're going to sports analogy, but I don't think you won the game.
Yeah, it sounds like you had a few fumbles, if anything.
There you go. That's a better one.
I think he got sacked, and not in a good way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we get the point. The date wasn't perfect, but we might have a chance to save this.
Hail Mary
Yes.
time.
Okay, let's play a song.
I see he likes the sports.
We'll play a song, we'll come back, we'll call Melanie for you, and we'll try and get you your second date update, okay?
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right, hold on. For most people, if your date sees a picture of your ex on your cell phone, that would be the low point of the evening.
Yeah.
But for one of our listeners, Justin, he says it was the turning point in his date with a girl named Melanie. Because things were not going well before then. He parked 20 blocks from the restaurant because he didn't want to pay for the valet, showed up late to dinner, choked down some oysters after claiming that he liked them first.
He hates them.
And then decided the only way to save the evening was to show Melanie a photo of his super hot ex-girlfriend. So she might think, oh, maybe this frog is really a prince.
And you girls are sighing, but he says it worked. After
It
that,
didn't
the date
work.
got better.
She lied about somebody waiting at her car for her.
And didn't give him a ride.
Just so she wouldn't have to give him a ride.
Maybe because that person was ugly and she didn't want to be embarrassed that she hangs with ugly people.
This is not good.
I got his back.
No matter what happened, Justin is currently being ghosted by Melanie, so he wants our help to reach out to her and figure out exactly what went wrong. Justin, how you feeling?
I'm feeling kind of sad about it, but happy to be with you guys.
Okay,
Aww.
that's nice,
Hey,
Justin.
look at us.
I mean, I think, I think it says something that you must have really liked her, that you're not just chalking this up as a loss and moving on.
Yeah, I felt like there was a spark and a connection, and then kept getting covered up with all these little things. But every once in a while I'd see it, I'd be like, oh, there's definitely something here.
Yeah. I mean, I think if we do get you another date, you should just really be yourself. Like, admit that you don't like oysters, or that you're too cheap to pay for valet. Like, those
dated
are
out of your
things
league.
you should be honest about.
I don't know if I'm going to do that, but thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And if it doesn't go well with us
I
right
tried.
now, he's probably going to play us some audio from a different, better, hotter morning show. You're like, they did so much better.
Yeah.
All right, Justin, you ready to do this?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
the last one I used to listen
I'm going to dial Melanie's number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is this Melanie?
Yes, who's this?
My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. The whole morning show is here.
Hi, Melanie.
Hey.
That's Brooke. That's Jose. Alexis is here too.
I'm sorry, who is this? Radio?
Yeah.
What?
We're a morning show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. We're doing something called a second date update right now. Have you ever heard of that before?
No.
And there?
That's a no.
Yeah. Well, what that is where if you go out on a date with someone and afterwards, if they're not calling you back, you can email our show and we'll reach out to your date for you to try and figure out the reason why.
That sounds so dumb.
Yeah, it is pretty dumb.
It is.
But sometimes
we love it.
I will say, sometimes it works and we make a connection between two people and, blossom a relationship out of it.
Yeah, and there's a guy who really wants to blossom with you, and his name is Justin.
Justin.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow. Are you
You remember Justin?
Yeah.
I remember Justin. Yeah.
You
Okay.
seem annoyed.
Yeah. I mean, he says that he had a really great time with you. He knows the date didn't go perfectly, but he thought there was a spark there, and he's hoping to see you again.
You know how there's some dates that are good,
Uh-huh.
and then there's some dates that are just not so good,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's the absolute worst.
Oh.
Oh,
Not even one deal.
okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, he's a 0.
Oh.
But
I mean, I think
Negative.
oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I will say that when we talked to him, he did admit that he screwed up quite a few things on the date from the start, just even being late for the date.
He was late, and we also had trouble with the appetizer, but I thought I'd, let that slide. I mean, we just met, whatever.
Yeah.
To top it off, he showed me a picture of his ex.
He told
Yeah.
us.
We heard.
Yeah, he mentioned that.
Yeah. Okay.
He was like a small child who just wants you to see that he can date pretty women.
Right.
She was hot, right?
What did you think when you saw the picture of the ex?
Oh, she's gorgeous. She's beautiful.
See?
Yeah.
Okay. How'd that make you feel?
Well, I mean, I know I'm gorgeous too, but still, you just don't do that, you know? I mean, but it's not so bad about that. I mean, maybe I could handle one picture, but he showed me another picture and then another picture. He just kept showing me pictures nonstop, this girl. And
Okay.
you guys, he does not have a good poker face. I'm just telling you right now. He's
Oh, so you think he's like not over his ex? He's definitely still in love with
well,
her.
listen, not only did he show me picture after picture after picture, but he showed me memes that he created of her. And
A meme?
yes. And he showed me this one where it's a picture of her smiling, and then there's this text that says, "I'm happy for him." And then on the bottom, it said no ex-girlfriend ever.
Okay. So he's
Okay.
creating memes of his ex
I
to
still
make
like
it look
memes.
like she's still okay.
Like
Yeah,
that's
I
like
don't
her
know.
approval?
Yeah, no, it's like she's still holding on.
Everybody copes
You
with
know.
breakups a different way.
That's a creepy way.
Well, you know,
memes.
is there a good way to cope with an ex?
I don't know, like work out, get your
That doesn't
go
sound
see
fun.
someone else.
You're not going to get likes doing that.
All right, go sleep around. I
Okay.
mean, like creating memes is just kind of weird.
And he was loving it. You know, he was laughing so hard. He was showing me meme after meme, and he was just loving it.
Okay.
Oh, there was lots of memes of his ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I saw enough, that's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking as he's scrolling through the memes and laughing?
Well, I think he's pretty immature. I mean, that's just blunt. And, I mean, if this is how he handles if relationships don't work, then I'm wasting my time.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't tell us about the meme thing.
No, he didn't. And I would really like to ask him about that.
Well, he's got plenty of them to show you if you want to see them. That's
Well, maybe I'll just ask him about a few of them because I need to tell you, Melanie, Justin's been on the other line listening and he wants to talk to you.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I am. Justin, you there?
Yeah. Hi, Melanie.
Huh.
Oh, Justin.
Oh, Justin, that sounds like we're an old married couple.
No,
No,
it doesn't.
Justin.
That is not what it sounded like. You're not very good at reading people,
Yeah,
Justin.
Read the room, bro.
Why the hell are you making memes of your ex-girlfriend and then showing them to your dates?
Because they were hilarious.
Sure they were.
Dude,
Okay.
I like Justin. Him and I would kick it.
Okay.
Meme game strong.
I think she laughed at a couple. I'm surprised she's selling me out like this and throwing me under the bus.
Oh.
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 There was one I have, right? This is like one of my headliner ones.
Justin.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
No, I'm trying to tell the guys this. So,
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, what is it?
okay, so I have two pictures of her side by side, right?
Uh-huh.
And on the one, good. On the one, it says, "While we were together,
Uh-huh.
best sex of her life." Right?
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then on the next one, it's like, "After the breakup, faked every and she's got this like dumb look on her face. It's
Okay.
Justin, I'm going to tell you,
Speechless.
Yeah.
that's disturbing.
Yeah, explaining memes is really great radio.
Yeah, it's more visual. It's
Yeah,
visual.
you probably have to see it in order to get the humor.
And even then, you don't know anything about your ex's sex life at this point.
That's why it's funny.
Oh.
Okay.
Look
Because-
at
because
Melanie's
now-
laughing. Do you guys hear Melanie laughing?
Yeah, she's laughing so hard she's out of breath.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's what it
she-
is.
she
See?
can mute- she
Did you
can mute
pass
her
out,
phone.
Melanie?
Yes, hours ago. Yeah.
And-
She wishes she passed out.
But Melanie just heard everybody laughing, so she knows it's funny.
Yeah.
We weren't
Okay.
laughing while you think we were
I'm with you,
laughing.
bro.
Also, not a strong move to have a picture of your ex saying that she's telling everybody she's faked it with you.
Yeah, like, Justin, why are you not listening to Melanie?
Well, I know that she has her initial thoughts about certain things, but there's no denying that there was chemistry there.
Melanie, is that true? Did you feel any chemistry between you and Justin before he was showing you the memes?
No.
Oh,
Oh, no.
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 Not even while he was choking down that oyster?
I don't need to go on a date with a first-time oyster guy. I mean, just be honest with me, because oysters with cheese is my favorite. The cheese is what tops the oyster. It's the best part.
You weren't fooled, huh?
Oysters go through your system, and they abuse your organs. It's not right.
No, they don't. Okay.
Oysters are for the devil.
Abusive devil oysters are not a thing.
Just Google it.
Oh,
I'm going to make a meme of an oyster and the devil.
Actually, that one might be kind of funny. All right. And with that being said, I would like to offer a second date for you and Melanie. We'll pay for it. Melanie, what do you say?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, Melanie. Free dinner. What is going on?
Come on, Mill.
He's kind of cute in a dumb way, Melanie. Come on.
I'd say yes, or he might meme you. Come on.
No, thank you.
Okay. Well, that was not very successful.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, Justin.
Guys, can I use that free dinner thing on another date, though, for another date?
No, man.
You have to find another girl and then come back to us, and then we'll offer again.
All right, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I actually have faith in you on that one.
Yeah.
Moving 92.5. Moving 92.5. Second date update.
We got an email from a guy who says this might be the most horrifying thing to ever happen on a first date.
Whoa.
That's intense.
Yeah, it is.
That's a big promise to make
Yeah.
for one of these. So, I don't know. Did he accidentally go to a boy band concert? Or did his vanilla latte have soy milk instead of almond milk?
No.
I mean, I could only imagine if that happened to me.
Oh.
It'd take me years to get over it and be open to dating again.
Yeah.
But
Makes sense.
we'll see what it is with one of our listeners named Andrew. How you doing, Andrew?
I'm doing all right. I'm really grateful that you guys are so willing to help me.
Okay,
Yeah.
it sounds like you're working against destiny right now.
Possibly. I'm open to you telling me the truth.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So what's the name of the woman that you want to call today? Is her name
Her
Destiny?
name is Caroline.
Ah, Caroline.
Close, Jeffrey. Very
Almost.
close. How'd you meet her? How'd you meet Caroline?
We met at a barbecue through mutual friends. We were hanging out. It's a nice little barbecue, and she's just a lovely person. I mean,
Aw.
first time I saw her, like I couldn't put my finger on it, but she kind of looked like the sister of a celebrity. You know, like she had like.
Did you?
That is a funny thing. I've never heard anyone use that before.
Did you tell her that?
I kept that to myself because
Okay.
I didn't want to make her feel self-conscious
Good.
in any way, you know.
Yeah.
But
Whoa, you look like Jennifer Aniston's sister. That doesn't sound right.
yeah.
Oh my God.
So is this the date? Is the barbecue the
No.
date?
So we hit it off there. We wound up exchanging numbers.
Where'd you guys go? What'd you do?
We went to one of my favorite restaurants here in town. It's Italian.
Nice.
My family is friends with the owners.
Ooh, humble brag.
Yeah, I know, right?
I just want to throw that in
I know
there.
the chef.
No, I pay for my check. I'm not going in there trying to get a bunch of free stuff.
Okay, good.
Okay. So how was dinner?
Dinner was great, but the story kind of got a little uncomfortable on the way to dinner.
Oh, okay.
So I picked her up, and on the way to dinner, we were stopped at a four-way stoplight, and out of nowhere comes this gigantic truck that blew through the stop sign
Oh, no.
and literally almost could
Died.
have been really, really bad. Yeah.
Oh,
But there was
my
no accident.
gosh.
It didn't happen.
Luckily, there was no accident.
Oh.
That's
terrifying,
scary.
dude.
Yeah, and in the terror and the excitement of the moment, I peed myself a little bit.
For real?
What's a little bit?
A lot of it.
Oh, no.
Please tell me you were in like black pants or something. You wouldn't be able to see it.
Yeah, I was wearing dark pants, but it was a little chilly outside, and I had the car kind of warmed up for both of us,
Oh,
so I
my
had my
gosh.
seat heater.
I hate to break this
So wait,
to you.
are you saying that it stunk?
Yeah, I think it probably created a bit of an aroma.
Oh.
The good news was we got out unscathed. We got
Yeah.
to the restaurant, and I got our table right away, which is a great time. It was a busy restaurant. We walked right in.
Good that it was busy.
I don't think this is good. Why wouldn't you just say, you know what? I'm really shaken by that. Can we do this another time?
Because men don't get shaken, Brooke.
he literally just peed his
Men-
pants.
Yeah,
I mean,
men
what?
finish the date wet pants and all.
Thank
Oh
you,
my God.
Jeffrey.
Go home is what I'm saying.
No, he's going
My
hard.
pants were actually not that wet, so it was mostly my underwear that took in the brunt of the...
It was a piddle. I get it.
Oh, my
Or it's an
God.
extra absorbent underwear.
Ooh, yeah. What's the brand?
And I know that they have like scented baby powder in the men's room, so like I made a beeline right for the restroom.
Nice.
And so what I did was I went in the stall, I took my pants off, I took my underwear off, and I asked the attendant to ask the busboy for a doggy bag for me.
What?
Why wouldn't you just throw them away? You're going to put the dirty underwear in a doggy bag?
No. These are my lucky underwear.
Because you put them
Clearly.
on for the date. Oh, my God.
Clearly, they're lucky. You almost died.
Oh, that's funny.
But I get that. I have a pair of lucky underwear. I
So
would
do
like,
I.
even if I soiled it, I would not part with it.
I feel the same, bro.
This is a thing.
Yeah.
Anytime I have a big show coming up, I wear my lucky
You should try
underwear.
moving on from the Costco pack of 20 granny panties, Brooke. I'm telling you, it's going to change your life. But
If
anyway.
she's wearing anything.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So,
It was a good
Andrew,
day.
you saved your underwear, and then you
Yeah.
went back to the date?
Yes.
Oh
So
my God.
I got the underwear in the doggy bag. I go back to the table. Everything was totally fine. We had a great time. It was amazing. And then, we didn't finish our food, so we got some of it packed up. We drove home.
Oh,
There was
no.
never a mention of any of it. But when I drop her off at her house, she took the wrong doggy bag.
Oh, no.
Good Lord.
Yeah, one of them had the food and one of them had my lucky underwears.
Did you know it at the time?
I didn't know it until I was on my way, driving away, and I called her. She didn't answer.
Oh, no.
So I pulled over and I texted, whatever you do, Caroline, do not open the doggy bag.
Oh, no. You
That's-
had your pee panties in them.
Of course, she's going to open that.
Yeah.
Dude, has she called you back? Have you heard anything? Or did she pass out from the smell?
I haven't heard a thing.
You are a mess.
Dude, this is bad.
You've given us a
Yeah.
challenge today, Andrew, and you know what? We're going to rise to the challenge.
Do we have to?
At the very least, I need my lucky underwear back.
Okay.
It's a reconnaissance mission, if nothing else.
I could be collateral in this, but
We don't have to lead with that.
okay.
Okay.
We'll save it. But first, we'll play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Caroline, and we'll try and get you your second date update, okay?
Oh, thank you.
Hold on. Oh, young love. So much beauty in it. There's laughter, the gorgeous weather, and the scent of urine wafting through the air.
Gross.
And that's what we're talking about today with a guy named Andrew. And I'm being serious about the urine. It was wafting,
Yeah.
but it was not his fault. Isn't that right, Andrew?
What?
Yeah.
You peed yourself.
Yeah, but it wasn't his fault. I will
No.
back him on that one. Not his fault.
Because while Andrew was driving to the restaurant, he had a near accident with a truck, which frightened him, and it forced a little bit of
A real
urine
accident.
to come out. But the weird part of the night was that at the very end of the evening, his date Caroline took out a doggy bag of what she thought was her leftover food, but it actually had Andrew's soiled underwear inside of it.
Oh.
Sorry, his lucky soiled underwear.
Yeah.
He didn't throw it away because it is his lucky pair. Now, Andrew, when we call Caroline, I just want you to know I'm not going to mention the underwear thing.
What? You have to.
No.
Yeah, she opened the
It's-
doggy bag. It was at her house.
We don't know if she's opened it yet. She just took the doggy bag in, and it's not our place to do that. We've gotten in trouble before for oversharing on these second dates and revealing something that they didn't know about.
I'm sorry. You really think she didn't open it? She could smell it. He was acting weird.
And not only
when someone says, all caps, do not open that no matter what, you have to. Your
Absolutely.
curiosity will
Absolutely.
kill you.
You were under contract to open it at
Just
that
a
point.
peek.
Yes.
Just a peek.
I'm not going to mention it, okay, Andrew, because you know what? You and I have something called trust. And I know that Brooke and Jose may not trust you or trust Caroline, but I do.
Yeah, I think we did bond on the lucky underwear topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
You and Jeffrey did.
Here's
We
the
did.
thing, Andrew. You went wrong the first time by not aborting the date once you peed yourself, okay? Now you just have to lay it all out there. She's going to understand.
I was actually trying to own up to it that night, but she didn't answer any of my calls or texts.
Oh, that's
So
right.
whatever you guys can do to help me is great.
Okay,
Right,
well,
did
let's
try to-
dial her phone number right now and see if we can get you your second date update. You ready?
Yeah, I won't say anything.
Okay. Well,
Thank you.
You will have to say something eventually, but
Yeah.
You just let me know when I can, okay?
okay.
All right.
I give you permission. All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Caroline, please?
this is Caroline.
Hi, Caroline. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. You have a moment to talk with us?
Sorry, wait, what?
I'm from a radio show that's called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning, and we're calling you today because we're doing something called a second date update.
Okay.
And now you're on it
Alright.
too,
All right.
okay?
It's
And-
fun. We just try to have a good time.
Yeah. If you go out on a date with someone and afterwards, if that person isn't calling you back, you can email our show and we'll get in touch with them for you to figure out the reason why. And so the guy that wants to get in touch with you, his name is Andrew.
Huh.
Okay.
And Andrew told us a little bit about your date that night when you went to the Italian restaurant. And he thought he had a really good time with you and that you guys connected, but he isn't 100% sure why you're not calling him back. And he'd like to get an answer on that.
Okay, well, at the start, I thought that he seemed like a good guy.
You're talking about at the barbecue where you met?
Yeah, he seemed nice at the barbecue, but now I think that maybe he was a different sort of guy than what my first impression was.
Yeah. Did he do something? It sounds like you think he's a bad dude now. Am I reading that right?
I guess I just had like a gut feeling, and then something later like kind of proved that to be true.
Okay. Can you elaborate?
he tried to do this really weird, like, sexual thing to me.
Whoa.
When?
Well, he wasn't, like, present.
Okay.
When I came home, he had given me a bag, like, with his T-Rex underwear in it.
Oh, no. Did you say T-Rex?
Yeah, they had, like, little T-Rexes on them.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Okay.
Awesome.
That is so embarrassing.
Cool.
How'd that make you feel?
Well, it was just creepy. Like, I don't know what he did with them or, like, in them.
Yeah.
They like, kind of smelled, and then he, like, kept trying to call me, which is even creepier.
I mean, Caroline, I understand. I would have been totally freaked out. I would have even been scared if some dude gave me his underwear in a bag. But
yeah, I definitely thought it was sort of suggestive, like, here are your leftovers. Come get some more if you want them.
Oh, that's not at all what
I
he
mean,
meant.
but it makes sense. But it's not what he meant, Caroline.
No, we know for a fact that's not what he
Oh
was
my
trying to say.
Well, how do you know what he meant? I mean, did he tell you guys about it?
Yeah, he told us a little bit about it, but I feel like it would be best coming directly from him.
Yes.
Because he actually is on the other line listening, and he wants to talk to you.
No, wait, he's actually on the other line?
It's not weird. We promise we would not do this.
You've got to hear him out. I would not let you talk to some creep who's giving you dirty underwear.
None
I
of us
promise.
would. It's actually really funny.
Andrew, you there?
Yeah. Hey, Caroline.
Hi.
I cannot believe that I made you think that about me. This is a huge misunderstanding. That I in no way was trying to do some weird pervy thing. I swear.
Okay, well then what are you saying you were doing?
Okay, so...
Oh my God, you're so embarrassed, and I don't blame you. It's so embarrassing.
So, you remember on our way to the restaurant when we almost got hit by that truck?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I did some pretty decent maneuvering in the car, and we got out of that situation alive.
Real hero.
Yeah, it was a Fast and the Furious type situation, and you were Vin Diesel.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
For the assist there, but I am not used to being in that kind of situation, and nothing like this has ever happened to me before. But my reaction physically was uncontrollable peeing. So while we were in that situation, I had an accident.
Yeah.
That doesn't explain why you gave me your underwear in a bag.
Yeah, it doesn't still. Isn't that sad?
Yeah, you're going to have to finish that story there, Andrew.
Yeah.
We went to the restaurant. I immediately went to the bathroom. I took those underwear off, and I put them in a doggy bag.
Oh.
Why didn't you throw them away? Great.
Because they're my lucky underwear, and they're special to me, and I didn't want to lose them.
See?
What adult has lucky underwear?
That's what I said,
No,
Caroline.
excuse
but
me.
listen, all the guys that work on the show have lucky underwear. I didn't believe it either, but they all stand by it.
Are they all, like, dinosaur themed?
No.
No, mine are checkered.
What?
Plaid, whatever that's
Jeffrey, you
called.
got skateboards on yours?
No,
Were you
I
working
say
with
they're
Ninja Turtles?
they're all white Calvin Kleins, but that's
said
not the
that.
point. The point is, Caroline, that you weren't meant to get the underwear. It was an accident. That's what I think Andrew was building up towards.
Yes.
Yeah. So I put my underwear in the doggy bag. You brought your food home. You were supposed to go home with your food. I was supposed to go home with my lucky drawers.
And you were never supposed to find out.
You weren't. And here we are now. And I just, I'd love another chance.
All right.
We
so
did it. Big weight off our
So we all good now, Caroline?
You get it.
I don't think I believe you. Like,
What?
let's say that you did, like, exactly what I thought you did, which is this, like, creepy, suggestive gesture. Don't you think that it would be, like, kind of a great way, like, to cover that up by, like, calling a radio station and making up this absurd story?
Well, the accident, you were in it. You were almost in the accident, right? That really happened.
I mean, I see what you're saying, Carolyn, and I know that we're all jaded out there, but why would he call in and just humiliate himself on the radio?
Well,
Like that's an embarrassing story.
No, it's less humiliating than being a creeper.
He
who
wet
likes to
him. He wet himself, and he wears T-Rex underwear. Like if he wanted to pull a sexy move, I'm hoping that wouldn't be his underwear of choice.
The whole thing is, we're getting off point here, Caroline. He did not mean for you to get that underwear. That was a total accident. He even sent you a text message telling you not to open it.
And called you.
And you disobeyed him anyway. Now, with that being said, would you like to go on a second date? We'll pay for it.
Look, Caroline, you remember me opening the windows after the accident? It was really cold outside, but I had the windows open. You remember that?
That's true.
And what if he agrees to not wear any underwear on the next date so that way you couldn't get a weird gift from him?
I will do whatever Caroline says, but yes, I can go commando.
Okay. All right, Caroline, come on.
Just in case.
Okay, I will go, but I swear to God, if I get home and any of your articles of clothing have made it into my car, that's that. Don't try calling a radio show to get another date again.
It's fair.
That is a deal.
Okay.
And I want you to know that I think you're a very special person.
Aww.
So you are worth all of this. So let's try to start fresh, and maybe we'll just have a funny story to tell down the line.
All right. Well, successful second date update.
Yay!
Congratulations, Andrew.
Thank you. Thank you, Caroline.
Prove me wrong, all right?
Definitely. And Andrew, what you just said before was definitely not creepy at all.
But what part?
Exactly.
Moving 92.5.
You know, sometimes when you go out on a date with somebody you really like, you do something that is just out of character. You know?
Oh, yeah.
You tell yourself, I'm not that type of guy, and then you end up later on being like, I can't believe I did that on a first date.
What?
Why are you being so creepy?
What's the music?
Well,
Yeah.
that's what Rachel said. She sent us an email and said she did something that she never does on a first date with the dude that she wants to call today. Rachel, what was the naughty little thing that you did?
Well, I don't know if it's like a naughty little thing, but I had sushi for the first time.
Ooh.
Wait, you ate sushi was your naughty thing?
It?
Jubal.
Well,
Whose sushi was it?
I guess the naughty part, I don't know if you want like the long or the short version of this, but it wasn't my most graceful moment.
Oh.
Okay. So you've never had sushi before. You had it for the first time on this date.
Right, yeah. So
Okay.
I meet this guy at a bowling alley. Friends of mine are having a birthday
Hold
party.
on. Let me stop you right there. You didn't eat sushi at a bowling alley, did you?
Yeah, that would be a really bad mistake.
Okay.
That
Whoa.
is risky.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that is super risky.
No. I wasn't a strong bowler, and I sort of just hung out at the bar with another friend of mine, and like there was another guy with his friend there, and he asked me out, I gave him my number, and then he invites me out on this date. So immediately I start like looking up the guy on social media just to get a sense of like if he's a chainsaw murderer or not. You know?
Right. You're doing
always
you're
good.
doing your due diligence before you meet up with him.
Exactly.
Did you find something weird on his social media pages?
No, I got even more nervous because I'm looking at his social media and there's like pictures of him. It looks like all over the world, like hiking in Fiji and canoeing and.
So now you've like built this guy up in your head even more.
Right, he's like the Dos Equis guy in my mind. You know?
That's pretty cool. You went on a date with the Dos Equis guy.
What were you feeling leading up to your date then?
I got nervous and I just wanted to sort of be impressive. So when the idea of sushi was proposed, I didn't admit that I hadn't ever done it.
Oh.
I was like, that sounds great, of course.
You're like,
I
of
love
course, I haven't had
sushi.
sushi since I was traveling in Japan, hiking Mount Fuji.
Right? Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, we go, and then finally I'm looking at the menu, and it's Greek to me. I'm sort of
No, it's
like,
probably Japanese.
No, it's his expression.
I'm like subtly looking for like the word cook, and I'm not finding it.
You're like, I'll have the teriyaki chicken. Thank you very much.
I talked to my girlfriend, and she was just like, dude, just order the teriyaki chicken. Well, this place is so, like, it's Japanesey that there is no teriyaki chicken, you know?
It's a sushi.
Okay.
So I admitted to him, I was like, you know what, why don't you just take over with the ordering? I'm going to be honest. I've never had sushi, so whatever you think is like the best introduction,
Oh, that's great.
I'm totally open to.
I bet he'd be excited about that. You know, he gets to show you something new.
So then he's like ordering eel rolls, and I didn't know like people ate eel. It just, you know, it feels weird.
That's a tough one for your first time.
Yeah, and these bites seemed like outrageous, and he's gracefully eating sushi. He's putting the whole thing in his mouth. So, of course, I tried to put the whole thing in my mouth, and immediately I'm like, oh, God, no, please, I can't. Like, like my cheeks are as big as they get. I'm covering my mouth with my napkin because whatever is in there is, like, trying to push its way out.
Oh, man. So did you spit it all over the table?
No, the first attempt ended up in my napkin.
Oh, yeah. And you can't do that low key. Like, he knew, right, that you spit it out?
No, because he's, like, studying me as I take my first bite of sushi. You know? The chopsticks were awful. Like, I don't know how anyone feels full eating with these toothpick things. Like, I don't get it.
Well, how did everything end with you guys? Did he seem just disgusted that you didn't know how to work chopsticks, or?
No, I tried to, like, distract him with the chat, and so we started talking about celebrity encounters.
Oh, cool. Did you have any impressive stories to share?
Yeah. I got caught smoking weed by Tom Hanks backstage at a concert when I was younger.
Oh, that's rad.
That's cool. He seems like the kind of guy that would have just sat next to you and smoked some weed with you.
Oh, my God.
He was super cool. I felt like I got busted by my dad.
Totally. He's like the most lovable person on the planet, too.
He was great. Yeah, he was super great.
I think that's an impressive story.
That's what I would have thought until we got to the end of the date and went out of the restaurant. And I thought he was going in for a kiss, and I leaned forward, and he planted one on my forehead.
Oh. That's like a parent kissing their.
That's how I feel too.
That's what it felt like a kiss-off kiss in a way, you know?
Yeah.
But maybe he just doesn't kiss on the first date.
You know, I thought maybe he just wasn't attracted to me, and you know all of this stuff. But then why did he ask me out? You know, so I said, I was like, you know, I had a great time, and I'd really love to do this again.
Yeah.
And he said, sure.
Oh, okay. So you got a kiss on the forehead and a sure.
Sure. Still a yes, though.
Yeah, that's
It
usually not a
depends.
good sign.
Yeah, you got to think of like, is it like sure, like excited, or like yeah, sure?
It was like it was the equivalent of the kiss on the forehead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was
sure.
some reason that he was already planning on blowing you off.
I don't know what the nail in the coffin was because now I'm looking at it and I was just like, oh my God, was it all of it? What was it? You know?
We'll find out. We'll play a song, come back, and then call him and get your second date, all right?
Cool, thank you.
Okay, hang on. Right in the middle of a second date, and if you're just joining us, Rachel is on the phone, and Rachel hates sushi. And probably all fish now, because sushi may have ruined her date. If you didn't hear the first part, Rachel met a dude that she really likes, and they went out for sushi. She's never had sushi before, and it didn't go very well. She ended up spitting some of it out.
You know, I'm just going to say, I think it's really lame if this is the reason he's not calling you back. Because you tried something new. I think it should say that you're an adventurous person for even giving it a go.
Well, thank you, Brooke. I'll take it.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Hopefully he feels the same way.
Maybe he doesn't. He's like, no. I only date sushi connoisseurs. We'll find out. Let's dial the phone number right now. Here we go.
Cool.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Billy, please?
this is Billy.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi. Are you familiar with our radio show?
Yeah, I'm not a listener, but I know who you guys are.
Cool. Okay. You're like a lot of people then.
Yeah.
Well, I'm calling you today because Rachel wanted us to call you. Do you know a Rachel?
I do know a Rachel.
Cool.
Sorry, what's this about?
Did you go out with a girl named Rachel to eat sushi a little while ago?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. And have you been calling her back or texting her back since?
I don't really know that it's any of your business.
That's valid.
I mean, yeah, that is valid. It's really none of our business, except Rachel emailed us because she's wondering why you're not calling her back.
Okay, well, what are you, like her brother or something?
No, but I wish I was. She seems nice.
Yeah, she does seem really nice. That's weird.
No, we do a segment on our show called The Second Date. So Rachel wants to know if she did something wrong when you guys went out.
Okay.
She said really nice things about you. She thought you were really awesome and that maybe she's the one that screwed everything up.
Well, what all did she tell you exactly?
Well, she told us that you guys went out to sushi and she has never eaten sushi before. And she thought she might have embarrassed herself because she ended up spitting out some of her food and couldn't use the chopsticks. And then she told us at the end of the date, you kissed her on the forehead and she asked if you guys could go out again. You said, sure. And then that was it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The sushi thing, like, it was just a awkward situation to begin with, but I don't know. At the end of the day, I just, after having gotten to meet her and get to know her a little bit, I just didn't really think that she's the type of girl that I'd really want to date.
Well,
Type of girl.
like anti-sushi girl or more than that?
No. What all did she tell you exactly?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Okay. It sounds like something crazy happened that she's leaving out.
No, nothing crazy happened. It's just like we had sushi. It was like awkward and weird, but we got through it, and we ended up like exchanging, celebrity encounter stories.
Oh yeah, she did tell us that.
Oh.
She told us
I forgot about that.
she told us the story about her getting caught smoking weed by Tom Hanks.
And you don't like that?
No, I don't know. I actually thought that was cute. She told me that, and then she also told me about another encounter that she had with a hugely famous person that, I don't know, it just kind of unsettled me a little bit.
What was it?
Did she get caught smoking weed by Guy Fieri, too?
That is unsettling.
You guys are hilarious.
Sounds like we're killing you over there, so thank you for the compliment.
You are kind of.
Okay. In a bad way.
So whatever her story was, you didn't like it?
No, it kind of freaked me out a little bit. She hooked up with a hugely famous person.
Awesome. Who?
Is it The Rock?
She wouldn't tell me who. She told me that she went to this person's concert, like, the mid-2000s, some R&B performer, really popular at the time. She was telling me all this stuff, but she wouldn't tell me who he was, and she ended up hooking up with him. So, wondering, A, why is she not telling me who he is? And B, mid-2000s, R&B performer, hugely popular, who else am I going to think? She's talking about Usher, right?
That's who I thought immediately. That was the first person
Yeah.
that came to mind. I'm like, she's the confession.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. I was thinking Usher or Keith Sweat. Either one is pretty cool.
Keith Sweat.
Yeah, for one thing, I'm not really interested in dating someone who sleeps with pop stars, but for another thing, everything that's come out about Usher in the news lately, I'm not really interested in rolling myself into an STD, if you know what I mean.
Why not? They can be fun, dude. They can be fun.
Hold on, all of you right now. She tells you that she hooks up with a major celebrity. You assume it's Usher, and then because he apparently has herpes, you think that she has it.
That sounds like pretty good math.
That is a huge leap, man.
It does kind of make sense.
That is like jumping off a cliff. You are giving her an STD and you know no actual factual information.
Okay, the fact that she gave me was that she slept with a hugely popular R&B star in the mid-2000s. So
it can only be Usher.
No, you guys, there's other
Who else
big
was there?
You guys don't know.
Who is that?
Oh, that's Rachel. She's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Yeah, first of all, I never said who it was. So for you to assume that you know and then make more assumptions?
Okay, well, why didn't you tell me who it was?
Because it's none of your business.
You're the one that brought it up.
Well, because we were talking about celebrity encounters, but it's not like...
How much fun is the game of celebrity encounters if you don't say who the celebrity was?
That's true. I hooked up with a famous person once, not going to tell you who.
I I'm really aghast that you presume to know who it was, and by that think that you know my health. Like, get out of here, honestly.
I will say sometimes I have heard that some people have to sign non-disclosure agreements before they actually do the deed with super famous people.
Look, I never said that I did the deed. I said I hooked up. That could mean kissing. That could mean whatever. See, you're assuming too, Brooke.
I just assume hook up is the same as, getting it really on.
Well, maybe you're a little more fast than me.
That is probably true, Rachel.
Yeah. Well, I think if you're kissing Usher, it's only leading to one place. Like, how do you walk away from that and not do it, even though he has herpes? Whatever.
She never said
it's Usher.
I never, ever said it was Usher.
Okay, fine. So who is it then? Tell us. Like, if it's not a big deal, if you only hooked up and kissed this person, who is it? R. Kelly?
No.
Is it Neo?
Oh, Neo.
No.
Neo is sexy.
No, I'm not going to play the guessing game. It was a funny story. I thought it was a funny story of me being a stupid kid, and now it's just become like a Guess Who episode and assumptions about like how fast I am.
I think more than anything, people just want to know who it is because none of us have ever kissed or whatever with a celebrity.
Yeah. Well, you should be more charming.
Rachel,
a lot of people have said that to me over the years, and I agree with you completely. Why can't you just say who it is, though?
Leave Rachel alone. She doesn't want to say who it is, okay?
Thank you.
It has nothing to do with whether or not she has an STD. He made a huge assumption off of no knowledge, and that's not fair to her.
Okay,
Thank you.
fine. Fair enough. But I will assume that she has STDs.
In general.
That is just rude.
Wow. I mean, that's who you are. That's the assumption that you make about people. No, you know what? You're disgusting. You think you know it all. You don't know So I'm happy to never, ever see you again.
Well, don't speak too soon, Rachel. We'll still have to ask him if he'll go out with you again. Billy, would you like to go out with Rachel on a second date? We'll pay for it.
Yeah, will you guys pay for my Valtrex prescription as well?
Oh my gosh, you're an a-hole.
You're a pig. You're a total pig.
Oh, Rachel, I am so sorry.
That's what they use to treat herpes, right?
Yeah, we get it.
Yes, everybody got your joke, Billy.
Funny how you seem to know everything about herpes. Now who has herpes?
Yeah, very good point, Rachel.
Yeah.
Very good point.
You could make this so easy if you just told us who the celebrity was. Like, you really got
None of your business. And it's obvious that if we ever were to go out again, you would never let this go. So I'm not interested at all.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
That was...
Okay. Well, sorry, Rachel. Definitely not a successful second date.
No.
And look, we all respect your privacy here. You don't have to tell anybody who it is. But if you do want to text me privately later, I'd be interested.
Stop it. Just stop it.
Whenever we do second dates, some people actually want a second date. Some people just want to figure out what happened on their date and why the person isn't calling them back. Yeah. And then there's Shawn, who's on the phone for a second date right now, and he wants both, pretty much. He says it was one of the strangest dates he's ever been on.
Ooh.
So, Shawn, how are you?
Hey, guys. I'm good. I'm just trying to figure things out.
Yeah, I mean, most people who do this segment say that their date was bad or something, but strange is an interesting description to me.
Yeah, I've just been trying to figure it out, and I don't understand. I've asked my friends. I could use some help here.
Okay. What's the girl's name you want to call?
Jessica.
Jessica. All right. And tell us a little bit about your date with Jessica.
Okay. Where to start?
Oh, no.
All right. So we met online.
Mm-hmm.
She's super cute. So I figure, okay, let's go to a bar. Let's talk. So we go to this Irish pub, and you know those dates where it's just like not right, where like you're trying to have conversation, but there's always this awkward silence or long pauses, and you can kind of like never get any momentum.
Oh, yeah, no. Sounds fun.
It was just painful.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no. All right, so this is happening. I've had this situation before. It's like there's not chemistry or whatever. So after like 45 minutes, I gave it the good old college try or whatever. Mm-hmm. We weren't clicking, so I just say like, hey, we can just leave. We can just end this date, and that's okay.
And what did she say to that?
She seemed super relieved.
Okay.
So there were no hard feelings. We're both adults. Like, it all feels very copacetic or whatever. Wow. And then she asks me to walk her to her apartment, which, it's relatively early in the evening, but the sun's down. And so she says she just wants to have somebody take her back to her apartment. And that makes sense to me, just to be a nice guy. I say, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
And we're walking to her apartment, and I guess, like, thinking back, like, the conversation started getting a little bit better, you know, like, there was a little less tension in the air or whatever as we were walking.
So now you're getting along.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We get to her place, and I have no idea why she did this, but she invites me up.
What?
I guess things got a lot better then.
Whoa.
Right?
So you went from let's end the date, this is horribly awkward, to come on up to my place.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on either. In my head, I was thinking, really? Like, I didn't say that out loud, but I was totally thinking it.
Yeah. So, did the date continue up there?
Surprisingly, it did.
Really?
I had, like, no expectations. Yeah, I wasn't planning on anything happening. I was just like, all right, well, let's see what happens, you know?
Like, or maybe she was just even inviting you to be polite because she thought it was the polite thing to do after you walked her home.
I don't know. I guess my mom's friends would say, like, do you want a glass of water or something? It wasn't, like, that polite, but, you know.
Right.
So how did things go up there?
We're hanging out, and we're watching TV. We start watching some game shows, and we're laughing about how cheesy that is. And I guess, like, because all the tension was gone and because we were laughing with each other and just being ourselves, you know, one thing leads to another, and we end up hooking up.
Oh, my God.
Did she,
Wow.
I mean, did she initiate this?
I'm sure dudes say this all the time. It felt like it was mutual. It didn't feel like
Okay.
one of us made the initiating.
Yeah.
That's a big switch from not wanting to talk to you to
Now they can't keep
doing
their hands
that.
off each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why, as I remember it, I did not initiate because, you know, it felt like it was so not going to happen. So anyway, that happens. It's really nice. She's great, whatever. And
she's great, whatever.
I mean, I don't want to give details. You know, I want to be.
No, it's
polite.
fine. It's fine. Did you stay the night?
Well, here's the thing. She gets up to use the bathroom, and then I hear the apartment door close.
Okay.
And I wait for 45 minutes alone in her apartment.
What?
She left?
She just left me in her apartment.
That's weird.
Whoa,
She must
So
have
what'd you
really
do?
wanted to get out of there.
Yeah.
After 45 minutes, I was like, all right, I don't know what's going on. She didn't text me or leave a note or anything, so I just left.
Wow.
Huh.
She wasn't
so
like,
she
wait.
ghosted you in her own apartment.
Right? Like, was it a weird booty call that she didn't want to? I don't know. So
Yeah.
anyway, like, I've texted her. I tried calling her once, radio silence, and me and my buddies, we don't understand this one, so I could just use some help.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
confusing.
Wow.
But you would, if like there's a normal excuse for it, you would want to see her again still.
It felt like there was some chemistry, so maybe things could happen, and kind of want to know if I did anything weird so that I won't do it again.
Yeah,
Well, and
what
that's
did
so
you do?
strange. Like, to finish all of it and then leave. Like, if there's something really weird happening, she would probably tell you in the middle of it.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's like an old, like, horror story or something where, like, the person disappears and, you know, they've never been in that apartment for 30 years or something.
Yeah.
I bet that was the longest 45 minutes of your life. Just laying there. Like, is she going to come back? Is she not? Like, what?
Time slowed down to a crawl.
Yeah.
I think that I have never been so scared.
Oh, man.
All right, well, we'll play a song and then come back and call her and see if we can figure it out for you with your second date, okay?
All right, thanks. I really want to figure this out.
All right, hang on. I guess you know a date's going well when your date runs out of her own apartment and leaves you there for 45 minutes and then never talks to you again.
Yeah.
If you just tuned in to today's second date, that's what happened to Shawn. He went out with this girl named Jessica, and the beginning of their date was really awkward, and he could tell that, so he just called it out and was like, hey, this is awkward. Do you want to end the date? And she said, yeah. And so he started walking her back to her place, and then I guess because everything was relaxed now, they started hooking up. And then right after that, apparently, she left her apartment, left him in there for like 45 minutes until he finally just left, and he hasn't heard from her since. So we're going to try to figure it out. Shawn, you ready to go?
Let's do this.
All
This
right.
is so, I mean, it's so weird. I can't think of any good reason I would leave a stranger in my apartment.
Yeah.
You know, other than maybe she fell in the bathroom, got amnesia, forgot you were in there, and just wandered out. Like, I feel like that's the only good situation that can happen there.
God, I could only hope that that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll try to figure it out. I'm going to dial their phone number right now, okay?
Thank you so much. I got to know what's going on.
Okay, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Jessica, please?
this is she.
Hey, Jessica. I'm calling you because somebody emailed us about you.
Was it my friend Karen?
I don't think so. I haven't seen one
No.
from Karen. I'll check, though, later to see if she emailed. But no, this is from Shawn.
Oh my God.
You remember Shawn?
You went out with Shawn.
Yes.
Well, if you know the show, you probably heard a second date before, yeah?
I know my friend Karen does. She's like obsessed with you guys.
Okay.
So that's why I asked if it was her that emailed.
Oh, gotcha. Well, a second date is where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened. So Shawn emailed us and told us about the night you guys hung out and is very confused why you ditched him in your own apartment and also why you won't call him back.
Wow, he told you that.
Yeah.
It was not great. I honestly wish that this had never even happened, and I can't believe I'm reliving this on a radio show right now.
It has to be worse than not great. I mean, to leave a stranger in your apartment.
Yeah.
Wait, so can you tell us what happened on your date?
Okay, so me and Shawn went out, and I had a very weird feeling from the moment that we got together. Like something was just off.
Is that why things were awkward at first? Because he told us about your date. He said things were obviously awkward between you two at the beginning of it.
Yeah, I just had a weird feeling, and I guess that like carried into how the date went.
So wait, like weird feeling, like you felt like he was a serial killer? Because that's how, whenever I say weird feeling, I feel like someone is bad.
Not that I thought he was going to kill me, because I would have like left at the restaurant if that was the case. But when he said, "Hey, this isn't going well," I was relieved. You know, like I was relieved when he suggested that we leave. And I asked him to walk me home, and things got, you know, a little bit better. We were talking and enjoying ourselves a little bit and enjoying the conversation. And so, wait, what did he tell you?
He just said that you guys ended up going up to your place and then things were better. And then after you guys were done hanging out, then you left and didn't hear from you.
Yeah, well, there was a moment where we were sitting down and he dropped his phone. And when he reached for it, he said, "Oh, corn nuts."
Okay. This is after you guys have hooked up or before?
He told you that. God. This is after.
Okay.
Considering you know the details. This is after. So he drops the phone. He says, "Oh, corn nuts." And I realized that's something that one of my uncles used to say all the time.
So he remind you of your uncle or something?
Oh, no.
Well, that uncle has a son named Shawn.
Wait.
What?
Whoa.
So are you thinking that
What?
Shawn is your cousin?
Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm still not 100% sure, but I hadn't seen him in a while if it was him. So I just panicked. I panicked and I left.
But you know what your cousin looks like, right?
I mean, I haven't seen him since we were children.
Oh.
People evolve.
And all Shawns kind of look the same.
That too.
So you think that he's your cousin and you went out with him?
That sounds so much worse when you say it.
Have you done any research into this? Like, I would be on the phone immediately with my parents, like, "Hey, where's cousin Shawn at? What's the likelihood?"
Please tell me he disappeared.
Yeah,
wait.
it's living in another country. Give me some hope.
I honestly have just wanted to pretend that this never happened. And that's kind of been my approach.
I can understand that.
Because you think you slept with your cousin.
Stop. Please stop saying that.
Oh, my God.
It's mortifying.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that'd be embarrassing. Why don't we?
I'm going to be sick.
You know what a good idea is? To check with him and see if he actually is your cousin, because he's on the other line listening to this and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah. Well, maybe he's still there. I don't know. Shawn, are you still there?
Jessica, oh my God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Did you hear all that?
Yeah,
Did you just hear all that?
I did. Are you Hank and Lily's daughter?
Yes.
Oh,
Shut
up!
So you guys are cousins?
For real?
Oh, corn nuts.
Don't say that.
Oh, my God.
How did you not recognize me?
It's
How
her
did you not recognize me?
Your hair was so short before.
Hair grows. Shawn.
When was the last time you guys saw? I mean, I know the last time you guys saw each other, but when was the before that? When was the last time you guys saw each other?
I don't know, like 15 years ago. Oh my God.
Wow.
In the first date conversation, none of this came up. Like your family history, where you're from. Like those are things that you normally talk about. Like what your parents do.
I mean, maybe that's why it was so awkward, because we didn't think to use those conversation starters.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you know the whole time, Shawn? Did you know that she was your cousin and you just hoped she wouldn't find out?
No.
Gross.
I'm just saying. Like he's
Come
like, maybe
on.
that's why we didn't think to do those things.
Look, Jessica, I had no idea. You are very attractive and you're a great kisser. But
Don't. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's probably not the best. Complimenting her like that's probably not the best thing to do.
I'm just being honest, all right? It's good to compliment people.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe
Why
not in
are
this
you
situation.
grossed out by this? You are not grossed out.
I'm not trying to be gross, all right? I don't know what to say right now. This is uncharted territory.
Good. I'm glad.
Say that you're going to act like this never happened so we can move on with our lives.
Oh, my gosh.
I have a very important question for you, Jessica. Have you talked to your parents?
Oh, no.
No. Why? Did you?
No, I told them that I had a weird date, but I didn't get into specifics.
Oh, they have
Okay.
no idea.
Yeah, you guys might want to keep it a secret forever.
Yeah.
Unless, Jessica, you want to go on a second date with Shawn, we'll pay for it.
What? I don't. Is that
No,
legal?
what?
God.
I don't
Yeah.
think we're allowed to.
No?
No, I said no. Obviously, I never want to see him again.
Oh.
Just for the record, Jessica, I feel horrible about this, and you know, if you want to meet up over coffee or something and talk about it, I'm
No,
down.
I don't want to meet up over.
If you need
No,
time.
I don't ever want to see you
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, Shawn, I'm
So.
sorry. I'm sorry both of you had to learn about that date.
Yeah.
But Shawn, no second date.
Great. I lost a cousin too. Thank you very much.
I think a lot of us have gone out on a first date with low expectations, and before you know it, things happen, and you end up spending the night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
I know.
But not very often does it happen the opposite way, where your whole plan is to stay the night, but you decide, actually, you know what? I'm going to play the long game on this one.
That's hard.
That's exactly what's happening with Jose and Alexis right now. But we're not here to talk about them today.
Listen, her gag, ew, gross. I'm the grossest thing
You
I've
know,
ever
though,
heard.
All right.
No, I'm
protest
nasty.
too much.
Yeah.
Protest too much.
You guys can pretend all you
No,
want. We know what's
I'm
really
leaving.
happening.
I am not pretending. Alexis is cute.
Like, we're not here to talk about the situation happening between you two.
God,
We're
Sydney,
here
no situation.
for one of our listeners, Sydney, who needs our help today. Welcome to the show, Sydney.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, man. Thank God you're on the phone. You need to cut the tension in this room.
Yeah, sounds steamy.
So
Yeah.
tell us about the guy that you went out with recently. What's his name?
His name is Kurt, and I met him on Tinder.
Okay.
Okay.
And, I mean, what struck him about you on Tinder?
On Tinder, he was just cute. Like, I was originally into it for, like, a meaningless hookup.
Which is it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
okay.
like 99%. You don't go to Tinder to like read
Yeah.
the bios.
Yeah, there's not much that strikes you.
But
on
you,
Tinder.
but you still want to have like a good like chemistry on your like messages
Yeah,
together,
that's
or
true.
you know
That's true.
some liked shared interests.
I'll give you that. I'll
Okay.
give you that.
So how did things play out with you and Kurt?
Oh my gosh. So it turned out he was pretty amazing. Like,
Nice.
I met him at this bar, and he was just so put together and had this beautiful smile.
Oh,
Wow.
well, hello, Kurt.
I mean, I'm getting
Yes.
flustered.
Oh, is that all it takes? Just a little smile?
I know.
and
Put
You're
together.
like, wow, this guy really knows what he's
Oh
doing.
my God.
When you have your expectations so low,
Yeah.
it doesn't take much,
Yeah,
right?
that should be
Buttons are
Tinder's catchphrase.
Yeah.
Set the expectations so low that it doesn't take much.
Did you feel yourself like growing more nervous during the date because you're realizing this?
I wouldn't say nervous, but just shifting like away from wanting to hook up to like wanting to play like the long game, you know?
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, that's cool. That sucks for
Okay.
You
him.
suddenly felt like this was going to be more than just a one-night thing. You wanted to actually maybe start a relationship.
Date this guy.
I mean, that seems pretty deep, but yeah, kind of. I was like,
Wow.
Oh, okay. So how do you go about doing that?
The shift?
Yeah.
When did the shift happen?
How do you shift the
Jeff,
plan?
how do you not sleep with something right away?
This is interesting to me.
Pivot. When was your pivot?
So, I mean, we hung out at the bar for a little bit, and then it was kind of early, and it was a really hot day.
Okay, so you excuse yourself to the bathroom and you go put on some real underwear now because you feel like this could be a relationship situation. Get rid of the edible stuff.
Plus, it was a hot day. It was melting.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
It's getting sticky down here. I'll be right back.
I see where you're at, Sydney. Keep going.
Yeah, so anyway, it was super hot out, and he said that he had a pool at his house.
Oh, this guy gets
Wow.
better and better.
Yeah, what?
I know. So I was like, this could be shady, but the fact is I've been hanging out with him for a while, and he's just so easy, and we just get along, So I was like, why not?
So wait, was your
right.
plan then to skinny dip? Because I assume you didn't come with a swimsuit.
Well, I didn't want to skinny dip, but I just went in my T-shirt and my undies. It was fine.
Oh, you tease.
Okay,
No, I think it's a strong move.
No, that's all you got. I mean, heck, might as well, right?
Yeah.
But it's also like, I didn't want to hook up with him. I'm just going to go get naked and wet at his house.
Exactly.
That's the long game, Brooke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sydney clearly is an expert in the art of seduction. So did it work?
I mean, I think so. First of all, let me just tell you, his house, holy moly.
Oh, really? Oh, this guy's rich?
Oh, lucky.
Oh my God. Brand new, all the finishing touches, a floaty staircase.
What?
Ooh, that's cool.
Not only does he have a pool, but he's got a hot tub, so we did that.
Come on. I can't even get a guy with a bed that has not on the ground.
Alexis is trying to graduate from a futon.
Yeah.
So there's hot tub action happening now.
Well, but not even action. It was totally just hanging out. I mean, super good chemistry though, but I didn't want to mess it up by just cheapening it, So,
Girl, it is not cheapening it. I mean, he's inviting you at his house. You're in his hot tub. You're telling me nothing happened?
No, I will say we did kiss.
Where?
Nice.
Where?
What part of your
where
body?
on the body or where in the house?
I know. I'm kind of after the hot tub, so it didn't get too steamy. It was almost more romantic.
Let me get you a towel, and then he pulled you in.
Yeah.
And then what happened after the nice kiss?
He asked if I wanted to hang out a little more, but I thought maybe, it's time to call it just to keep it super high point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep him wanting more.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
If I was him, I would be like, "Oh my god!"
Right, because you have the kiss, you have the moment, you have your
Yeah.
heart racing.
Oh, and I'd be thinking about you every day after that.
I don't know. If
until
I was
see
him,
you.
I'd feel like I just blew it. She just left.
I don't think so. She said it was a romantic kiss.
It depends on their vibe.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
I mean, on paper, yeah, I could see.
So
that.
what happened?
So when I left, he said that he was going to be out of town for about 2 weeks or so.
Whoa. Okay.
But then, he got back, and it's just been he texted me one time that he wanted to hang out, but now he keeps saying that he's busy. So I'm like, oh no, what happened? I mean, did he meet somebody who was out of town or?
That's my first thought.
I mean, 2 weeks is a long time to go between seeing someone in the dating world. Were you able to keep a conversation going with him while he was away?
Yeah, we did text a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, how was it?
What was the vibe?
It was kind of flirty. It was nice.
Oh,
So
good.
it makes it even weirder when he gets back. The texts aren't as flirty.
Okay.
From experience, I mean, I think anybody
the
can
momentum,
say,
yeah.
You go
Yeah.
a week without even talking to somebody or a lot. I mean, it definitely changes the momentum.
Well, maybe we can change it again.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, let's give this a shot. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We're going to call Kurt for you, and we'll try and get you a second date. Okay, Sydney?
Sounds great. Thank you, guys.
This is a challenge that we've never had before on this morning show.
Okay.
That challenge is find the only catch on Tinder and then reel him in without any favors.
Uh-oh.
And the reason that he's a catch is because Kurt not only has good hair and a nice smile, and he's put together. On top of all that, he owns a great house with a swimming pool, a floaty staircase, an expensive hot tub, and they even shared a passionate kiss during sunset as a pod of dolphins swam by and did a synchronized water dance to a BTS song.
Wow.
Wow, they're in the shape of a heart.
And after all that, Sydney still turned down the invitation to spend the night just to try to play the long game with this guy.
Wrong move.
I feel like Sydney's having regrets after hearing about the dolphins.
It sounds like he literally was like, hey, I have millions of dollars if you'd like it. And she was like, no, I'm good.
Not today.
The reason why she might have some regrets is because it's been 2 weeks and now their conversation has cooled off a lot. So she's hoping that we can turn the heat back up with this second date. How are you feeling right now, Sydney?
I'm nervous as heck. I really am.
Yeah.
We're calling like this perfect guy, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting
know.
because you wanted to play the long I'm cool game, and now you have a radio station calling for you. So
You don't seem very cool on the phone.
the tides have kind of turned.
She's like, now I'm having a panic attack?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same
thank you for that.
I think we can do it, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, we're like rich, powerful people, too.
What?
I
Speak
don't
for
think
yourself.
Any of those words
No.
define us.
I just think we'll impress him.
No.
I mean, we better hurry up and just make this call before this
Yeah.
gets any worse than it already is.
Yeah, true.
Okay,
Plus,
so I'm-
we're broke. We might have to pay the phone bill.
Yeah.
Let's just check and make sure it works.
But I think if we've learned anything from Sydney, it's start with low expectations. So
Okay.
then it can
Yeah.
only go up from there.
Yep, that's good.
All right, so I'm
Okay.
gonna dial Kurt's phone number right now, and we're gonna try and get you your second date. You ready, Sydney?
Okay, I'm ready.
We'll try not to screw it up.
No promises, though. Here we go.
Hello,
Hey, is this Kurt?
it's Kurt.
Hey, Kurt. How you doing? My name's Jeff.
Why was that awkward?
Why was that
Hi.
awkward?
I don't know.
Like,
It was awkward, though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for my awkwardness, Kurt.
Hi, Kurt.
Hi, what's going on?
This is a morning radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. And this is the morning radio show team that apparently doesn't like the job I'm doing.
You're not very good at small talk,
Yeah.
including just saying your name. It's
All
fine,
I said was,
Kurt.
hi, I'm Jeff.
I
What's
know,
up?
and
You
it
said
was
it
bad.
wrong.
Hi,
Yeah.
Kurt. I'm a Jeff.
Kurt, we
Oh,
have a
God.
great reason for calling you, though.
Hey, wait, am I in the air right now?
Yeah. Is that okay?
Okay, yeah, it's just weird.
Cool.
Yeah,
So,
cool.
Did I win something, or what happened?
Well, the reason that
guys are
we're
so
calling
weird.
you
I know both of you.
is because one of our listeners has been trying to get a hold of you, and she's been having a hard time lately. Her name's Sydney.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You remember Sydney?
Yeah, I do remember her. So she had you guys call me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was just so
Okay.
excited about your date. I mean,
And now you guys want to talk about the date?
Well,
Kind of.
yeah,
Yeah.
sort of, because we know that a date happened 2 weeks ago over at your
Yeah.
house, and she had a lot of great things to say about you and your place, and she's a little bit confused why now 2 weeks later things have cooled off between you.
This is really awkward.
Is it Brooke again? Brooke.
It is Brooke.
Yeah, okay.
It is.
I apologize for
won't
her.
say cool again,
Everything
I promise.
is cool. We get it.
I mean, the thing is, Kurt, like, she really felt like there was a true connection between you two, and it was something that she wasn't expecting at all, and it really surprised her.
I agree. I did think there was potential, to be honest with you.
Okay, that's
okay.
good.
But I feel like I think I kind of screwed up a little bit.
Wait, you think you screwed up?
Why do you say that?
Okay, so it's like she really liked the pool.
Yeah.
People enjoy it when they come to visit. I get that, but
Uh-huh.
I kind of messed up. I was like, well, you're welcome to use it anytime. Like I made this comment, and then I went away for a couple weeks for business, and then I found out when I was away that she used the pool multiple times with her friends.
Wait, what?
Oh, no.
Wait a minute.
While you weren't there?
Yeah, she just kept over and over, kept coming over with her friends.
How,
wait, wait,
how
wait,
would
wait.
you know that?
Well, I have security, my
Cameras?
security footage. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like security guards. I'd be like, those are the worst security guards ever.
Yeah, my security dog.
Yeah.
I mean, but you told her she could use it whenever?
No, wait, hold up. She didn't ask you?
No, she didn't mention it. And then like the motion sensor triggers, like I know people were in there. So I, multiple times I got an alert. People were in the backyard or whatever. And when I checked the footage, it was like,
Yeah. There's apps now where you can
you're
see
we,
what's going on.
yeah, we have one that's the same, where you can see it from your phone.
honestly, my brother uses my pool all the time. So I kind of figured it was him. And then when I got back, I was curious to see like who had been using the pool. And then it was her over and over. Like it was like the YMCA.
Okay.
That is crazy.
So you come home and you check your security cams and you see that it's actually Sydney and her friends using your pool. And
Right.
that's why you've kind of cooled off towards her?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like she took advantage.
Absolutely.
Did you warn her that you have security cameras outside your pool? Oh, we just had this conversation like not too long ago where you said if anybody comes over to your house, you need to warn them that you have cameras
If
out.
you, if you invite someone to your home, she was never invited. Like, that's the thing. Like, when you give an open invitation to somebody saying, oh, use the pool, you know, everyone knows that you ask before you do it.
Well,
you don't just show up. That's
it sounded
trespassing.
to me like he told her you can come over at any time, and I don't know if that's true. Maybe we should ask Sydney. Sydney, is that what he said?
Hi.
It's not. Look at
You're on the call.
Yeah, sorry. I should have let you know, Kurt, that Sydney's been on the other line listening this entire time. She wants to talk to you.
After all that, now you didn't let me know.
Yeah, well, I guess my co-hosts are right. I'm not very good at this job, so I apologize. But go ahead. Sydney?
Oh my gosh, I can barely even stand. I'm so horrified right now. I feel so bad. Maybe I was just so excited about like the time we had. I just kind of was like showing off your place to my friends. I don't know.
What?
But now I just feel like I messed up so bad, and that's not respectful on my part, and I'm so sorry. I feel really bad.
I mean, yeah, I appreciate that. I don't know. It's just a little weird.
Sydney, how did you even get into his pool? Like, did you have to scale a fence or something?
Yeah.
No, there's like a door that isn't kept.
One of those ones you just reach over and unlatch. Oh, my parents have that too. I'm like, why do you have a door then? Everybody can come in.
Sydney, what were you thinking?
What do you mean, what was she thinking, Brooke? Pool party!
Why wouldn't you ask him? Why wouldn't you say, hey, do you mind if my friends and I come over while you're out?
I bet she thought you'd get away with it.
I'm asking her.
I mean, if you want me to be completely honest here, you're right. I didn't think he would actually know, and I was so excited to show my friends where he lived. And
I mean, it sounds to me, Kurt, like Sydney realizes that she made a mistake and she's really sorry about what she did.
It was just like everything was just thrown around too. Like she didn't even clean up after. There was just like
the
my
noodles
gosh.
everywhere.
It was just a disaster. I trashed the house when I was done.
Well, she just figured that she would come back the next day and then clean it up then. Why bother?
I don't recall that part, and if that's true, I'm super horrified in every way right now. I mean, honestly, this seems unforgivable, but I really hope that you'll just take my word that I'm not a tool and that, like, I'm so sorry, and I hope we can give it a second chance is all I'm saying.
At least she's impressed by you, bro. She's trying to show off your pad to her friends.
Yeah, and with that being said, we want to send you out on another date. And we'll pay for it, Kurt, if you're willing to give Sydney one more chance.
Public pool.
I mean, to be fair, Kurt, I don't think she's like a gold digger. I don't think she's trying to use you.
I mean, it is hard to find a guy with a pool.
I know,
She literally used his pool.
But she liked you.
That's like the
But she
definition.
liked you for you before she knew about the pool.
Yeah, that was just a plus.
She seemed sincere when she told us about it.
Yeah. I mean, before you answer, just think about Sydney in her shirt and her no pants. Swimming around in your pool.
Okay,
Again,
that's
your
not
pool.
helpful.
Did that not help?
I don't have to think about it. I've seen the video already.
All right. Well, just visualize it and then let us know. What do you think? One more shot with Sydney on our bill.
I'm sorry. I don't think so. I feel like,
She blew it. She had a hot rich guy and she blew it.
I blew it.
Oh.
This is why you hook up the first night.
Hurry! Everybody swipe right on Kurt. Hurry! The one good Tinder guy.
the rest of you guys, you're all welcome to use the pool anytime you want.
Okay. Sorry, Sydney. Snooze, you lose.
Oh, man.
We've moved on.
What could be more exciting and romantic than spending a date night in Vegas?
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds
That's
awesome.
so fun. I want to do that. Oh my God. One time I had a boyfriend fly me there for 24 hours. It was amazing.
I mean, yes.
It was amazing.
Sin City. It never closes, always open. The lights, the music. I mean, can you imagine just being on a weekend date there with all the bottomless shrimp and all the topless dancers and the pantsless Elvises? It's a recipe for romance.
I feel like no one had clothes on in that description, but I like it.
That's why it's so wonderful.
Yeah.
And that's where one of our listeners, Joann, had their very first date with a special someone. Joann, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Okay, wait. Did you meet someone while you were in Vegas?
Oh, no. We actually met online. and we've been talking for a few months.
Okay.
And, we just hit it off chatting online, and then we took it to video chatting.
Nice.
So whose idea was it to go to Vegas? Was that your idea or Chris's idea?
It was his idea. We had just been kind of like joking about it, I guess, a bit, but then he was like, why don't we actually do it?
Yeah. Did he fly you out?
No, he didn't fly me out.
I was going to brag. I had a girl fly me out to Vegas once because I'm always the one
Isn't
that
it so
won.
fun?
And she didn't show up, but she still let me go on the trip.
Oh, that's nice.
Jeez.
Sent you a bus
She
ticket.
bought me the ticket and was like, all right, let's go. And then she's like, yeah, I'm not going to go anymore.
Oh, but you go by yourself.
But I did. It was fun.
So how did it go when you met up with him in Vegas?
I mean, that's a lot of pressure, right? Like the first time you meet somebody.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they've been talking for months.
Yeah.
But are you sharing the
still,
same hotel room? Or like, there's a lot of variables you have to discuss beforehand.
I would assume you shared a hotel.
Well, that was the thing that was like a little awkward because we actually hadn't thought about talking about that ahead of time. And so when we got to the hotel, it was a little awkward, but he was just like, well, why don't I see if we can just get us a suite? And
totally.
Wow.
he did pay for that. He did pay for the room, and that was great. And I mean, honestly, the second we hung out, we just had instant chemistry. It was just like such a good time. And we were like going to like awesome meals. We went to spa treatments. We went swimming in the pool. I mean, it was honestly like nonstop, just so much fun.
Vegas is such a vibe.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's like your first date is crazy.
It's pretty epic
so
for a
fun.
first date.
There was no awkward moments. Your producer had asked me before, like, were there any awkward moments, or did you guys butt heads ever or anything like that? And no, I mean, it was honestly, everything was just so easy, and it was, I felt like I've known this person for years, and like he said that too. Like he just was like, I feel like I've known you forever. It's so crazy that we're doing this, that we're here.
Right, because it's like one thing to like share a hotel room in like a sexy way, and then you like leave in the morning before anybody else. But like you're having to get changed and brush your teeth and go to the bathroom. Right, those are weird things to do on a first date when you're sharing the same space.
Yeah, everything felt so natural, and I get swept away easily, I guess. Sometimes I was like, I think this guy could be the guy,
Awesome.
Okay, so after your Vegas getaway, what's happened since then?
It's like I can't even properly process what happened because it's just night and day.
Really?
It's been one night and one day?
It's a saying,
No,
Jeff.
I mean like just so different, night and day between.
Oh, he's acting different.
Yeah, he's acting completely different.
How?
The day after we got back from the trip, I was like, oh, I'll catch you on Zoom. Let's like chat on Zoom.
Okay.
And he was like, oh, actually, I can't chat on Zoom tonight, but I'll, talk to you later. And I was like, okay.
Hey, and I didn't hear. Do you guys live in separate cities or different states or?
Yeah, we do live in different states.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
So it is a bit of a long distance thing, but we struck this up, a few months ago.
So is this a situation where you'd be willing to relocate if things worked out?
Honestly, like I was starting to think I could move for this guy. Like I would move to his town.
Whoa.
So when we got back and he was suddenly kind of like pulled away really abruptly, he didn't call me the next day when he said he would call me the next day. And then I called him later and I was like, hey, what's going on? And we did talk on the phone a couple of times. But it was just so different.
What do you think? Do you think he's married? Do you think he's got like another family? I mean,
Back
there's
with
so
his
many
family.
things. Or he's scared. Maybe it was too much for him, too many emotions.
I'm thinking he went back to Vegas with another woman.
I mean, that could,
Oh,
It
like
could-
he's just meeting random women in Vegas
Yeah,
all of
that's just
every
his
other
go-to
weekend?
first date spot.
Yeah. It's a lot of money
Yeah.
that he's investing in one night stand.
He's a VIP at the Golden Nugget.
I've thought all these things. I mean, I'm very suspicious that there is somebody else, that he's in a relationship with somebody else. I don't know. He could be living with somebody else for all I know.
Right, because you've never been to his house
Yeah,
or
w-
anything.
Would that be a deal breaker for you?
Yeah, I think it would be a deal breaker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's
Women feel a different way about these things, so it's good to know where you stand.
I don't know who you're dating or who's in your life, but I think for most women it's a deal breaker.
Yeah, I do have some questionable acquaintances, so
he's a different guy.
Yeah.
Jeff has 27 wives.
yeah. None of them really know about each other. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call Chris for you, and we're going to try and get you a second
But
date.
if we hear slot machine noises in the background, we know.
It's a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do it right after this. Hold on, Joann.
Thank you.
Just joining us, one of our listeners, Joann, had her first date with a guy in Vegas.
Yeah, baby.
His name's Chris, and they don't live in the same city, but they'd met and had been talking online for a few weeks and finally chose to meet up for the first time in Sin City.
Let's go.
So exciting.
According to Joann, it was amazing. She felt the connection with him. They hung out at the pool, saw the sights, went Lady and the Tramp on a lobster tail, all the typical Vegas stuff.
Yeah.
But after they left, Joann says Chris has done a complete 180 and is acting strange and says he's too busy to chat now. And she doesn't know why. Joann, I forgot to ask, so how long exactly has it been since you got back?
It's been a little over a week.
Okay.
That's so weird. And what exactly was the last thing you guys said to each other as you left?
We kissed. I was getting a little choked up, to be honest. And he's like, don't worry, I'm going to, I'll talk to you soon.
I hate to be this guy, but I think somebody has to ask it. Did you guys hook up? Because if you did, he may have just kind of got what he wanted and moved back. You know
if you want to
That
hook up, you
happens.
don't fly to Vegas and get a suite. I mean, like,
If
you
you're
can get
rich, you
I
do.
feel like someone in this room would do that.
Yeah.
pointing at Jose.
Yeah.
So just wondering. I mean,
they had a real connection.
did they, Brooke? He's not calling her back.
I mean, a lady never kisses and tells, but
True.
things happened. We stayed in the same suite.
Yeah, as you should. You're two adults going to Vegas on a vacation. Like,
Absolutely. I love it. I promote that. I hope you guys did it.
Well, the one thing that I wanted to ask was, did you guys gamble? Or was he ever out of your sight for a little while? Where maybe he could have run off to the casino, lost a bunch of money, and now he's in deep with a guy with 4 fingers and an eye patch named Benny the Egg.
Jeffrey.
Dude, it's not the movies, bro.
Everyone's speculating what they think. This is how I'm speculating.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
I mean, we didn't gamble much. I guess there was an hour or two where he did leave the suite because he said he had to take some business calls.
Oh, everybody knows what business calls
That's
mean,
right.
Jeffrey.
That's all Benny the Egg needs. Just 1 hour, and he'll have
So
you
dumb.
deep in debt.
Let's just call this guy.
Okay.
I want to hear from him.
All right, we're going to do it. We're going to call Chris for you. You ready to do this, Joann?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to dial the number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, is this Chris?
Yeah, who's this?
Hey,
I don't recognize this number.
Yeah, I don't think you would. I'm calling from a radio station. My name is Jeff.
Where are you calling me?
I'm doing a radio show with my co-hosts here, Brooke, Jose, and Alexis.
All very common names.
I don't know what city you live in or if our show is on there, but this show is Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning. We do something called a second date. Is any of that familiar to you?
Not particularly.
That's okay.
Well, the second date is where we help out some of our listeners get back in touch with people who are ghosting them after a date.
Okay. All right.
So you already got some people in mind who you could be ghosting, Chris.
The listener that asked for help from us today, her name is Joann.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
That's who you thought.
He knew.
Okay, so...
Ding, 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 ding.
Right. I'm glad you're so happy about this, but Joann isn't feeling as thrilled because it's been apparently over a week since you guys have actually really spoken to each other, and she doesn't understand why.
Yeah. We've talked some,
Can I ask you, Chris, just right off the top, because I know you and Joann live in different cities, and you
Right.
met in Vegas. Are you in a relationship?
No, not at all. I mean, we didn't meet in Vegas. We've been talking online. I mean, I have maybe a couple other people that I've talked to online, but not even as much as Joann. So it's not like I'm hiding some relationship or affair or, whatever, anything like that.
Okay. Do you know anybody by the name Benny the Egg? And do you owe him money?
No, I am not familiar with that guy.
Okay. Well, we're just trying to go through all the possibilities here because see, we've spoken with Joann and she told us she had a great time. I mean, you guys talked for 2 months leading up to this weekend in Vegas.
The way she described it sounded like you guys were in a relationship by the end of the Vegas weekend.
Pretty serious.
It was glowing reviews.
We don't know how much you may or may not know about the situation, but we stayed in a suite in Vegas.
Yeah.
And, I mean, everything happened really quick. We had a really good connection and hit it off right away, and we seemed to be compatible, and I don't know how to say this, but, we were intimate
And, I thought that was good, but then it just kept kind of going. Like, it was like more than I'm ever been used to in one period of time.
What do you mean? Like, you guys were...
He doesn't have the stamina.
I mean, I just don't know if I could handle it. I'm getting, like, kind of a little bit older now, and I just don't have the kind of energy. I don't know if I have the energy for that.
That's the reason you're not calling a woman back? Is because she wants too much?
Bro, just tell us you're married. Like, this isn't real, right? Like,
what's too much?
Yeah, what does too much mean?
It was like, we got together, we figured out the suite, we went by the pool and got some lunch and stuff, and then by the time we got back to the room, she's already ready to go, and we kind of just met.
That's how it is,
Why
baby.
are you complaining?
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's the point. That's why you go.
Isn't that fun? Doesn't that mean you have amazing chemistry?
I'm not complaining about how it started or anything. I'm just somewhat saying it never stopped. And
You're like a once a week type of guy?
I'm like the first time, and then I want to take a nap for 6 hours.
Okay. So you're saying you feel compatible with Joann in every other way except for this. In the bedroom, she's too much for you.
Yeah, it was a real lot, and I don't know if that was completely for me.
Okay. I would be really interested to hear what Joann thinks about this.
Yeah,
because I don't think this was even close to being on her radar for the reason why you've been avoiding her. And the thing is, I have the perfect way to know what she's thinking because I need to tell you, Chris, Joann's been on the other line listening this entire time, and she wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah. Joann?
Hey.
I feel like a round of applause for Joann. Anyone
Yeah,
else?
A lot of men would be very happy to hear
She
it.
ruined his spirit.
Yeah, she broke him.
Joann, how are you feeling right now?
I'm kind of with all of you guys. Like, I just had no idea that was any reason at all a problem.
Did you notice him getting more exhausted as the day went on?
I mean, maybe a little, but I guess I've always been someone with like a really high sex drive, and so that's not unfamiliar to me. But Chris, like, why didn't you say anything?
He was out of breath.
It's just, I don't know how to broach that subject. I mean, it's not something I expected either.
We were talking about like so many things, and I felt like we did have like such a good connection, and it's really unbelievably disappointing now to hear that like you just ghosted me because I have too high of a sex drive for you. Like, I mean,
like I said, I already said it was, I don't know how to broach it. I mean, yes, we did have a connection, but also at the same time, it's still the first weekend we ever saw each other. So how do you say that to someone that you still, in that sense, don't really know very well?
That's almost going to hurt her feelings. Like, hey, I'm sorry, but can we do it less? She'd be like, why? What's wrong with me?
And there's the whole, like, masculinity thing. Like, where, it's been made that guys can't ever say no.
It's pride.
Which it shouldn't be the case.
Which is why I never say no.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to recoup. I've been sleeping at least an extra hour per night.
Oh, wow. I mean, Joann, in a way, it's kind of a compliment.
Yeah.
Yes, and
I guess I feel bad that didn't seem like you could talk to me. I mean, I feel like we had such a good time together, and that this could have been something like a long-term relationship that this could have turned into.
Well, why are you saying could have? It still can, Joann. I don't think you should give up. I mean, can you, like...
Oh, but has he given up? Like, he ghosted, and he didn't come to me with it.
Well, maybe there's a way that we could meet in the middle, where, Joann, you dial back your sexiness, and maybe we can help ramp Chris up a little bit.
How do you ramp him up, Jeff?
What do you got? You got some special vitamins you're going to give him or something?
Well, maybe like just half of a vitamin or something.
Yeah. There's a supplement.
Because from the sound of it, the connection emotionally you guys have is there.
Yeah.
It's just there's a little bit of a physical disconnect.
But not in the bad way. Usually the physical disconnect is the other side of it.
Yeah, I think we did connect, and I think ultimately that what I've been uncomfortable saying, we kind of, I guess I got okey-doked into saying on the show.
Okey-doked?
Like, got a fast one pulled on me.
That's okey-doke. I may add that
That's
to my
okey-doke.
vocabulary.
Add that to your repertoire.
Okay.
I thought it was a move she pulled when you guys were in Vegas.
Yeah, that's called the okey doke. And
Well,
she did pull something over my eyes.
Let me try it because
Blindfolds.
I would like to okey-doke you into another date with Joann, and we'll pay for that date.
To be completely honest with you, I really think she has way too voracious of an appetite for me, and this is just not going to work.
What?
Are you serious?
This has got to be a first.
This is crazy.
I'm serious.
Joann,
man.
Joann, you're going to be fine. I mean, our text board says so.
Yeah.
Dude.
I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, good luck to you.
Well, no hard feelings. You know, I hope you can just find a man that can keep up.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I'm sure there's many that are willing to try.
Yeah. If there's a listener out there that can go more than once a day.
Yeah.
Oh, if they're really short sessions.